A very good morning to all of you. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to this national level online PowerPoint presentation competition on innovations that define modern India, sponsored by Department of Science and Technology and Renewable Energy and organized by Department of Computer Science and Application under the aegis of Institutions Innovation Council 4.0, Neelchand Mahajan DAV College for Women, Chandigarh. I warmly welcome all the respected judges, faculty members, and dear students. Judges for today's PowerPoint presentation competition are Dr. Indu Arora, Associate Professor and Head of Department of Computer Science and Applications. Ms. Poonam, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications. Dr. Ritika Bansal, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Applications. Welcome you all. Well, inventions are not everyone's cup of tea. They require observation, passion, patience, and perseverance. More than anything else, they need hard work and gumption. However, truly transformative innovations happen when idealism meets the incredible ideas of the people who love to take the roads less traveled. Innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship have played an important role in the contemporary world to expedite the process of social and economic development. Without leading innovations and innovators of the last 150 years, we would not have the basic necessities that we take for granted. For example, running water, electricity, cars, tractors, telephones, televisions, planes, and modern medicine. Innovation has been the engine to drive the standard of living globally. India has been at the forefront of innovations for many centuries and has a great tradition of innovative practices in art, craft, science, mathematics, culture, music, and so on. Indian diversity and democracy are a fertile ground for innovations. Now, this online presentation contest gives us a platform to share our views on innovations that define the modern era of India. Before starting with presentation, I would like to announce the instructions for this competition. Participants are allowed to share their presentation when their turn will come according to the sequence numbers announced. You have to turn on your camera while presenting your PPT. Allowed presentation time is 5 to 7 minutes. One bell will ring after 5 minutes to inform the participant. Final bell will ring at 7 minutes. No participant is allowed to leave the meet during the entire competition. For group photograph, everyone has to turn on their cameras on. Attendance form will be shared in the chat box. Everyone has to fill that form. Participants' institution name affiliation shall not be disclosed either in the PPT or while presenting your slide. Now I request everyone to turn on their cameras for a group photograph. Yeah, it's the request to everyone. Please turn on your cameras so that we can click a good group photograph. Thank you so much, everyone. You can turn off your cameras. Now, Ms. Sonali will be announcing the sequence number and name of the present participant.
Very good morning to all of you. So I'll be announcing the sequence number. So first participant is Tanuja. Yes, Tanuja, are you ready? Tanuja is not on the call, so we can move on to our next participant. That is Divya. Yes, Divya, are you on the call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Divya, you can start your presentation. Before that, you need to turn on your mic and camera also.
Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, you are visible.
Should I start?
Yes, yes, you can start. Before that, you need to also present your presentation.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Myself, Divya, BCS first year student. Here I'm going to present my presentation on innovations that define modern India. Innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not a threat, by Steve Jobs. Here are some of the points which we are going to discuss in the further slide. That is, what is innovation? Best examples of innovation in India, innovations that define modern India, transformative innovations, Suryajan solar water purifier, Evergreen edible bags, Ulta Chhata harvester, solar plant tree, and conclusion. So first point which is to be covered in this presentation is what is innovation. Definition says that innovation is the introduction of novelty in a given market or industry, such as new products, services, methods, sources of supply, or organization. Meaning is, innovation is a specific tool of entrepreneurs, the means by which they exploit change as an opportunity for a different business or different services. Here are some of the best examples of innovation in India. That is, ATM machine, Zupo, reinventing education, Braille expert, innovating for the farmer, a green extension. ATM machine is helpful for the people to not to carry cash with them during traveling. Just swipe a card and cash is in your hands. Here are some of the transformative innovations. That is, Suryajan solar water purifier, evergreen edible bags, Ulta Chhata harvester, low cost wind turbines, no fuel flow, solar power tree, unique waste disposal bins. First, we are going to discuss. Here are some of the pics of solar. Here are some of the pics of these transformative innovations. That is electrical bicycles, portable chargers, evergreen edible bags, solar power train, etc. So first point is Suryajan solar water purifier, developed by IIC, SC researchers and Suryajan Renewables. This open source solar water purifier can transform water from any source, be it from sea, river, pond, wells, or even water collected from rain, into potable water. The low cost device can also provide clean drinking water in areas where the only sources are contaminated with arsenic, fluoride, or seaweed. In this device, impure water is evaporated using solar energy and the vapors are condensed to pure water on a cold surface. This leaves behind bacteria, heavy metals, arsenic, fluoride, and other impurities. It can effectively produce 1.5 liters of potable water from 3 liters of impure water daily. Next is evergreen edible bags. India has been moving away from plastics for many years, and many cities have already issued plastic bags ban. While legislation like this helps to protect our environment and wildlife, a young entrepreneur, Ashwath Hedge, noticed that it was hardship for many Indians. People were concerned about how they would carry products from the market now. Everyone cannot afford a bag worth rupees 5 or rupees 15 to carry a kilogram of sugar, says Hedge. So he decided to come up with a solution that would be sustainable and affordable. Next is our Ulta Chhata harvester. A couple passionate about conversation, Samit and Priya Stockses, first product is Ulta Chhata, an indigenous patented system that smartly converges rainwater harvesting and generation of renewable energy for open spaces in smart cities, industries, or large campuses. A single unit of Ulta Chhata can help you harvest up to 100 liters of water and capture energy with maximum peak power of 1.5 kilowatt. Ulta Chhata is basically a canopy that captures rainwater and then filters it using an integrated 5-step filtration unit. Tabs fitted to the storage tank allows the user to get purified drinking water. It also works as a solar electricity generation system to provide lighting at night and charge devices. It is also IoT enabled to collect useful environmental data. Next is our solar power tree. Developed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute, the solar power tree generates the same amount of electricity as a conventional array. but on a much smaller plot of land, with photovoltaic panels placed at different levels on the branches made of steel. Solar power trees are also capable of harnessing 10 to 15% more power compared to ground mounted solar arrays. The tree charges a battery backup system that can provide 2 hours of light after sunset on a full charge. The solar tree is also self cleansing and with a built in water sprinkle to clear any debris that would interfere with efficiency. So, why we are discuss about innovation, why we have to adopt innovation? Here is the conclusion, which states that people will adopt an innovation if they believe that it enhances their utility, determines the extent of change in their normal functioning, compatibility with others, cost benefit analysis, diffusion of new ideas, and their practice is a crucial component of the modernization process. Thank you and have a nice day. Divya, BCA first year student. Thank you.
Thank you, Divya.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, Divya, you can unmute yourself. So our next participant is Keshav. Keshav, are you on the call?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Okay.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning. Yes, Keshav, you can start your presentation.
Okay. Is it visual, ma'am? Hello.
Yes, visible.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Keshav, currently pursuing MCA in fourth SEM, and the topic was that we all know innovation that define modern India, and I think digital payment was done is the most innovative thing in India in last few years, as India's first from demonetization on November 8, 2016, and after that, government has many plans for that so that everything will be digitalized like Bhim UPI and Rupee card. So I am giving my presentation on digital payments. So let's start with the first thing that products offered under Aadhaar card system and Bhim UPI that are ATM, POS machines, and over Aadhaar we can do payments like immediate payments, or from mobile we can do Bhim UPI payments. And the products offered under the NPCI schemes are Bharat QR code also, and Aadhaar enabled payment system is the next offer thing from NPCI, our government, that the schemes are balance inquiry, cash deposit, cash withdrawal, Aadhaar to Aadhaar fund transfer, or eKYC, that is know your customer. We can see our balance on our Aadhaar card, like we have to dial only star double nine hash so that we can get balance inquiry or our cash deposit inquiry or our cash withdrawal inquiry, and we can do fund transfer from Aadhaar card to another Aadhaar card fund transfer while knowing the Aadhaar card of number of other customer. So how AEPS works? AEPS means Aadhaar enabled payment system. We can go to a micro ATM or a banking correspondent, like for our daily needs or withdrawal needs, or we can cash deposit from green channel counter in any ATM or any POS machine. We can do our payment like micro ATM POS machines, and we can provide bank name, Aadhaar number, and transaction should be done from that side. Just we have to do provide some basic need things, or we can do it from fingerprint that are
Keshav, you are not moving your presentation. Completely share your screen and then move it.
ma'am, from my side it's moving.
That's why I'm saying you should completely share the screen.
Okay, ma'am, wait. Should I start, ma'am,
Yes.
from beginning or current page?
You can show the slides and then you can.
So we can add our fingerprint to our bank account and do our transactions from the scanning machines that are not so educated person or not have the signature in their bank accounts. They can link their fingerprint to their Aadhaar accounts and you can get your transaction successful. Next interface is Bharat interface for money or Beam UPI. That is a Beam app developed by NPCI, our government, and the services offered under that scheme are we can send money, request money, scan and pay transactions. We can build our profile or bank account through that service offered from Beam UPI. The benefits are that it is available in 12 regional languages. That is single interface, so no need to worry for any person and only mobile number is used for the payments and the service is available for 24 into 7 to 365 days and anytime any bank account can transfer money to another bank account whether it's in same account or same another bank account. So how Bhim UPI works? First, we need to set up or install our Bhim UPI in our mobile devices, and after that, we have to do payments for. We have to first register our mobile number that is linked to our account in our bank account, and we can scan our QR code or share our QR code to transfer money to another bank account. So Bhim UPI referral skill is for from our Indian government so that it can be used for to a large amount of peoples or overall the country. So if we have to refer someone, we can get payments or cashback. That's the referral scheme that is offered by Indian government to digitalize all things in India. And there is also another thing that is Beam Aadhaar that facilitates digital payments using thumb fingerprint that I have told you earlier. And the features that are Aadhaar only linked to bank account that is only for making payments and there is no data leakage from bank side. And benefits are we did not need to carry our debit card, credit card or anything. Just we have a simple app Beam UPI in our mobile phones and the next thing that I want to tell you that there is Bharat QR code that was not done before. At the first, there was only single code for single merchant like Google Pay, Phone Pay, and other things. But after Bharat QR, all are emerged in one thing, and we can do payment for any bank account was just from one QR code. There were multiple QR codes, but now there is common Bharat QR code. Bharat QR code offers features like substitute for POS terminals. First, we have to swipe our debit card, but now we can scan only from POS terminals, and it's low cost acceptance payment solution. And requirements for these are only bank application which supports Bharat QR code and merchant should support Bharat QR code. And the 22 acquiring banks are there in India, or like SBI, Axis, and any HDFC bank. We can do our IMPS payments, Aadhaar Pay payments, UPI payments, and thank you for my side. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Keshav. You can stop presenting your screen now. So our next participant is Angelina.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Angelina. First of all, one important announcement, participants. When you are presenting your screen, please make sure that you need to present your entire screen. Otherwise, your slides will not move further. I hope I am clear to everyone. So yes, Angelina, you can start your presentation now.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Good morning, respected teachers and all the attendees present here. My name is Angelina Gill, and I'm here today to talk to you about innovation that defines modern India. In this presentation, I'll be covering the major three innovations that have made Indian people life easier. The only way to discover the limits of the possible is to go beyond them into the impossible. Innovation is taking two things that already exist and putting them to in a new way. Did you know the youth constitute 22% of India's population, which is more than 261 million people? India is home to fifth of the world's youth population. The large youth population offers both a workforce as well as a market. These young people are driving a culture of innovation, entrepreneurships, and diversity. So basically, India's most valuable asset is its youth, and the youth bring maximum of innovation, which has drastically changed India. A few months back, a very popular reality show has telecast named Shark Tank India. For me, Shark Tank India is not just a show where they invest, rather a show where youth brings brilliant ideas which leads to innovation that defines modern India. Now let's hear about few of the innovations that has shaped our society. Evergreen Edible Bag by Ashwant Hegde. Ashwant Hegde founded Evergreen, a company that produces 100% organic, biodegradable, and eco-friendly bags. These plastic bags are actually made of potatoes and tapioca and can become animal food on disposal. If placed in a glass of water at normal temperature, an evergreen bag dissolves in a day. And when placed in a glass of boiling water, it dissolves in just 15 seconds. These bags takes less than 180 days to biodegrade naturally once discarded. So users can throw them away without worrying about harming the environment. These bags are even edible and will cause no harm to animal if ingested. Second is the Ulta Chata harvest. Samit and Priya Choksi's first product is the Ulta Chata harvest. It converts rainwater into potable drinking water during monsoons and produces energy with the help of solar panels in the dry season. A single unit of Ulta Chata can help you harvest up to 1 lakh liters of water and capture energy with maximum peak power of 1.5 kilovolts. The concave canopy captures rainwater, which then trickles down to reach to filter. The water is filtered using active carbon filtration, a method that uses a bed of activation carbons to remove impurities. It also works as solar electric generation system to provide lightning at night and charge devices. It also LOT, Internet of Things, enabled to collect useful environment data. Last but not the least is the solar power tree. Solar power tree is a structure that is designed like a tree with branches made of steel to hold the photovoltaic panels. India's first solar power tree has been designed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute in Durgapur, West Bengal, India. It serves the dual purpose of being an artwork and an energy generates. Solar power trees are also capable of harnessing 10 to 15% more power compared to ground mounted solar arrays. The tree charges a battery backup system that can provide 2 hours of light after sunset on a full charge. These tree charges a battery backup system. The solar trees is also self-cleaning and a built-in water sprinkler to clear any debris that would interface with their efficiency. Now, I will sum up my presentation after talking about brilliant ideas our youth have given us, which leads to modernization of India and help a lot of Indians live a better life. So, we all should contribute in innovating and making India a better place, also help the poor people to live much more better life. Thank you.
Thank you, Angelina. It was a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, ma'am.
So our next participant is Aditi Arya. Yes, Aditi, are you ready with your presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can start.
Ma'am, am I audible and the screen is visible?
Yes, yes, both are working.
Okay. So, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Aditi Arya, and I am here to represent my presentation on the theme Innovations that Define Modern India. So, first of all, I would like to talk about innovation. So, what's innovation? Innovation is something that is introduction to something new. From a small pen to a different kind of painting or something that includes science and other technology. So, it is as simple as taking something existing and transforming it to something that creates new wealth and improves the well being of the society or both. It's just simply talking about the benefit of the social well being, turning an idea into solution which contains creativity and vision to see a better world and place to live. So, from where innovation started, it can be big or small, brand new or a smartphone or a little bit different. It doesn't matter. It's just start from idea. It takes three simple steps: ideate, create, and validate. So, one day idea was born. In my mind, some idea will come and great minds will analyze it and that idea would work. And after that it would be experimented and a very small usable prototype it would be converted into a in that prototype, and most people would use it, test it, and it will make sense. So from here, from the innovation, all starts from idea. So a very small innovation I would like to talk about, or we can say that innovation is not small or big, not major or minor. It all just depends upon idea that comes and improves the well-being of the society. So here, one small part which was organized and was made by Dr. Lal Singh, the founder of Himalayan Research Group, that was solar hammam. Solar hammam that delivers bucket of hot water to thousands of families living in remote Himachal Pradesh, even at temperature of as low as minus 20 degrees Celsius. When we talk about that solar hammam, I am talking about this innovation as the season is going on, that is winter season. We go in our bathrooms and we switch on the point of geyser and we take the boiling water so for our requirements. But that 2000-meter above sea level, the situation is different, entirely different. So here an innovation that turned into blessings for those 2000, 20,000 people living on that remote area. So there is no electricity. When Dr. Lal Singh saw that the women were chopping around the forest trees and using the fuel wood, that was very harmful for the society, for the people, for the ladies who were working. The practice raises environmental concern and exposes residents to harmful gases, carbons throughout the day, affecting their physical health. So, the solar hammam, which has brought much needed respite to the residents of Meghal, that is a very small village in Himachal Pradesh. The villagers have been able to freely access warm water, reducing their fuel requirement by 40%. So, here's the scientist Dr. Lal Singh, who has developed solar hammam. Dr. Lal Singh was encountered this problem when he was training the session to organize growing mushrooms so that the women could work on their self and work according to the needs. It became a frequent scenario across the village when the women did not turn up or turned up late in that session. They said they were collecting firewoods from the forest and seeking fodder for cattle. So he found that the case was particularly concerning for village located 2000 meters above the mountain. Dr. Lal Singh then initiated a study revealing that every household in the mountain areas used fuel wood to warm the water and for space heating in their homes. The research revealed that over 60% of fuel wood was used to warm water and space heating, while about 30 to 40% went for cooking. So from here, innovation started and the creation began. At least 1200 families who will benefit from the innovation. Here you can see the news also. It came in Tribune also in Solar Hammam taking care of heating in cold Himalayan regions. So, I would wind up my presentation from a small quote by Lowell Geek. Innovation survives only when people believe in their own ideas. So, here is it. Innovation begins with idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Aditi. So our next participant is Paneet Kaur. Yes, Paneet, you can start your presentation. Paneet, am I audible to you?
Okay, ma'am. Is my screen visible?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay. Greetings to respected viewers. Today I, Parneet Kaur, is going to present on the topic innovations that define innovation. It is the process. Innovation is something that makes people's life easier. As someone quoted, शर्ट से लेके शर्ट के बटन तक, पेन से लेके पेन की निब तक, सब कुछ innovation है भाई. Next, we will see what is the need of innovation. Innovation increases our chances to react to changes and discover new opportunities. It can also help foster competitive advantages as it allows us to build better products and services for our customers. Innovation helps us to generate income to meet backlog of needs in various sectors. Next, we will see the difference between different types of innovation. First is the process improvement and organizational innovation. The improvement of processes through continuous improvement and the development of new solutions, products. Then is service innovation, the creation and introduction of new services for customers and partners. Next, then is business model innovation, the development, innovation, business model, and new revenue streams. At the right hand side, we can see the different types of innovation. The evolution to different invention, distinct product or device. Conversely, innovation is an act of making changes to the existing product or the process by introducing new ways or ideas. For example, discovering of wheel innovation. We will see to some of India's water purifier. It was developed by Indian Institute of Science Researchers and Suraj and Renewables. This open source solar water purifier can transform any source water from any source, be it from sea, river, pond, etc., into potable water. Next is Evergreen edible bags. It was developed by a young entrepreneur, Ashwath Hegde. He made a combination of natural starch and vegetable oils to make a bag that looks and feels like a plastic with none of negative environmental impacts of a plastic vessel. Next is a low cost wind turbines. It is a very small fan, like a ceiling fan, that generates power of 5 kilowatts, 5 kilowatt per hour per kilowatt per day, and costs less than an iPhone. Next is solar power tree, developed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute. This generates the same amount of electricity as a conventional array, but on a much smaller plot of land with photovoltaic panels placed at different levels on branches. Next is unique waste disposable bins. It is developed by Ganga Narayan Ghosh, an 87-year-old mechanical engineer, has designed these innovative bins. He designed three unique bins, one for homes, another for housing complexes and schools, and largest one for market and entire localities. Next is portable chargers. It is very lightweight, easy to carry charger to charge 2-3 devices as at same time with or without wires. Some more innovations are self-repairing roads, no fuel flow, ulta chhata harvester, dew drop water from air condensers, mitti cool fridge, and many more other. Next is Jugaad innovation. It is a word taken from Hindi, which it is a flexible approach to problem solving that uses limited resources in an innovative way. Some of the examples are thermocol shoes that can be used to for walking on water, making multiple ropes for old saris, the jugaad cycle that can generate electricity. Then is the innovative washing cum exercise machine. Now, what we will see what are the advantages and disadvantages, as everything has pros and its cons. So first is advantages of innovation. There is always a so first is the advantages. Businesses can take advantage of economies of scope. Then is businesses can initially charge higher prices for new products before competitors' products come in the market. As also there are some risks of getting indebted. The disadvantage it ends up wasting resources by developing something that doesn't sell. Next, we will see the conclusion from this. For a long time, India was stuck in research and development in labs, but India has seen a great rise in its innovation ecosystem from a decade, from trying hard to creating genuine innovations that solve unmet needs. India has outperformed despite obvious constraints. This is how innovation defined modern India. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Puneet.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So one important announcement. Actually, one participant, Team Gitanjali, has some emergency. So next participant, Manju, you can wait And Gitanjali, first she will present and then we will turn off next participant in the sequence as we have shared earlier. So Gitanjali, you can start with your presentation. Manjot, you need to wait. After Gitanjali, you can present.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Ma'am, is my screen is present?
Yes, your screen is visible and you're audible too.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. Today I am Gitanjali. Today I am here to give my presentation on innovations that define the modern India. So let us start. So I give a presentation on solar power tree. It defines that a smarter way to produce energy. My contents are introduction, what is solar tree, why it is called as solar tree, components, and it has a block diagram and it has some advantages as well as disadvantages also. So let us discuss. So introduction of solar power tree. Nowadays, with the growing population and energy demand, we should take a renewable option of energy source, and also we should keep in mind that the energy should not cause population and other natural hazards. In this case, solar energy is best option. India is highly populated country, so we should take the advantages of such an energy which require a very less space to produce energy efficiently. It takes less time. So in this case, solar tree be the best one for us. So what is solar tree? So a solar tree is a decorative means of producing solar energy and also electricity. It defines like a decorative tree that, that gives us energy. It uses multiple number of solar panels which forms the shape of tree, and T stands for tree generating, R stands for renewable, and E stands for energy, and second even E for stands for electricity. This is like a tree in structure, and the panels are like the leaves of the tree which produces energy. And then we discuss that when why we called it a solar tree. As we know that tree makes their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Now in solar tree, it as a tree. The solar panel are like leaves. These panels produces energy as the leaf produces. So it is very appropriate. It is called as a solar tree. So components used in the solar tree, solar panel, which is apply on the as the leaves on the tree, long tower, LEDs, batteries, and inverters. And then here the block diagram we can I will represent. When the sun radiance moves to the module, that is solar panel, and then the energy moves to the charger controller, and then batteries, and then inverters, and this cycle is goes on. And here are some advantages of solar tree. First of all, there is no air pollution. Secondly, we wouldn't be worried about the future resources, energy resources. We can develop our solar energy trees to produce energies. Land requirement is less because in one land we can produce many solar trees, and it has some disadvantages as well. It is very costly. One solar tree gives very cost and may cause hazards to the birds and insects. Insects and birds got destroyed by these rays. Hazards to eyesight from solar reflector. And the conclusion is that to fulfill increasing demand of people, uh,
And the second one, saving of land. This project is very successful one. And the third one, the extra energy can be provided to the grid. Thank you so much. And this is my presentation.
Thank you, Gitanjali.
Yes, ma'am.
You can unmute yourself. Okay. So our next participant is sequence number 7, that is Shivangi.
Good morning, mom.
Good morning, Shivangi. Gitanjali, please stop sharing your screen.
Mom, is it still visible? Hello.
Yes, it is visible, Shivangi.
Okay. Um, I'm here, Shivangi from Shivangi Gujar from MCA 4 SAM. Today I'm here to describe the topic of innovation that define the modern India. Firstly, we discuss about what is innovation. That innovation can be defined that innovations involve thinking differently, creatively, and insightfully, enables the solutions, inventions that have an impact on the social and the economic value, fulfills unmet the needs not by the conventional products, processes, but the institutional forms also. Moving beyond the R&D to mean the new applications and of all technologies, the new processes and structures, organizational creativity, and more. Innovations opportunities are also provide for the products, services, also provide the processes, organizations, governance, social sectors, and urban rulers also. Innovations can define everything like public, national, international, private sectors, individual institutions, and big or small. Then the innovation strategy, there are the five type of strategy can be invented for the innovations, like platform provide करता है, inclusion provide करता है, हमें ecosystems में ये provide करता है, drivers को, discourse को, like innovations बहुत तरह से हो सकते हैं जिससे हम अपने अपने अपनी needs को fulfill कर सकते हैं, दूसरों की needs को fulfill कर सकते हैं, and there are. Then we defined about the India Decade of Innovations. Government of India has declared the 2010 to 2020 as a decade of innovations with the focus of inclusive growth to help the implement national strategy and prepare the roadmap for the decade of 2010 to 2020. The Prime Minister has set up the National Innovation Council. The National Innovation Council would create a cross-putting system to provide the policies, recommendations and methodologies to boost the innovation performance in the country. इसी की वजह से जो हमारे country में बहुत सारे ऐसी चीजें जो हम invent नहीं कर सकते थे पहले in the previous years, but now we can invent everything to provide every people's needs with a focus of the Indian model of innovations. Now, on the top, in the innovation, the firstly we can describe the very beautiful innovations that is solar tree. The solar tree is a decorative means of producing the solar energy and also the electricity. It uses इसको invent करने के लिए हमने multiple number of solar panels को use करा which form the shape of tree. The panels are arranged in a tree fashion in a tall of the tower pole. Then the tree stands for the trees for tree generate करने के लिए, renewable करने के लिए इसको बार बार हम use कर सकते हैं. Energy, E stand for energy and E stand for electricity. This is like a tree in structure and the panels are like leaves of the tree which produces the energy. There are some more components of a solar tree have been provided for us like solar panels, long tower, LDE, batteries, and stem for connecting the panels. Now the needs of solar tree ki humko solar tree ki needs kahan pe padti hai due to the less land requirements. It requires the less land as compared to a traditional PV system. So we require such a plant we can generate maximum energy using the minimum land. Then we talk about the working of a solar tree. Working kaise karta hai, life like availability of land of installing the solar panels on the large scale of open the hurdle in the process of the renewable and energy. A solution, this is planting solar tree at the dusk of. सबसे पहले तो सोलर ट्री होती है उसकी बैटरी को चार्ज होती है ड्यूरिंग द डे के टाइम में इसकी बैटरी चार्ज होती है and dusk, and the tree automatically switches on the LED lights. It is programmed to regulate the amount of light it produces. Solar trees are very flexible, rotate to the sun, and produces maximum possible amount of energy using the technique of the spherical flexi. एंड द स्फेरिकल फ्लेक्सी एक ऐसी टेक्निक है जो यूज होती है डिजाइनिंग ऑफ द सोलर ट्री को डिजाइन करने में. It also provides the way to have the solar panels from the shadow of upper ones so that it can track the maximum power from the sun. This technology is used to improve the efficiency of the plants. Now, the solar tree in India. India, being a developing country and highly populated, required a power plant where maximum energy can be generated by using minimum land. We know that the एक solar tree को बनाने में हमको कम से कम like 7,50,000 cost लगती है एक tree की. We must try to produce the energy from the sun by using the solar tree in our country to increase our capital land and fulfill the growing energy. They are in the second, they have many three applications or they provide the solar trees like street lights, house supply, industrial power supply, etc. How the solar panels work? Solar panels work कैसे करते हैं? The photovoltaic cell converts the sunlight into the electrical energy. We are showing the diagram, and this is a process known as the photovoltaic electricity by converting the photons of light electrons, and also the electron produce direct current DC, and DC current is converted into electric current or AC by using the inverter. There are some advantages and disadvantages. इसकी वजह से हमको कोई एयर पॉल्यूशन नहीं होता है, हमको फ्यूचर की कोई वरी नहीं करनी है, पीपल मनी को सेव भी कर सकता है और लैंड रिक्वायरमेंट इज वेरी लेस. डिसएडवांटेजेस की गई है कि इसकी कॉस्ट बहुत ज्यादा है, बिकॉज मैंने अभी आपको बताया कि एक ट्री को इन्वेंट करने के लिए हमको 7 लाख रुपीज चाहिए होते हैं. मेरे को 1000 द बर्ड्स इन इंसेक्ट्स बच सकते हैं, 1000 टू इनसाइट फ्रॉम द सोलर रिफ्लेक्टर्स. और एग्जांपल्स बहुत सारे हैं जाके इन्वेंट करा. स्मार्ट टीवी भी इसी से होती है, जोमेटो का हम ये भी यूज कर सकते हैं, एंड दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द विजन ऑफ होप. बहुत सारे इन्वेंशंस इंडिया में भी करे हैं, दे आर इनोवेशंस व्हील्स हैं. एंड देयर कंक्लूजन्स जो बताया था, conclusions हैं इसके. And saving the land is projected very successful one. This can provide electricity without any power cut problem, and the extra energy can be provided to the grid. And thank you for this is my side. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Shivangi. It was an informative one. So now I welcome our next participant, Manjoot Kaur, sequence number 8. Manjoot.
Good morning. I am Anjot. I am here today to talk about innovation that defines modern India. I am covering solar tree USB. What is innovation? Is the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or services, improvement in offering goods or services, and it's important to the advancement of society as it covers these sides of social problems and enhances society capacity in the world in the and India retained its position as the most innovative country among Central and South Asian countries. India ranks 35th in terms of research and development. Need of innovation in India to escalate its growth, to develop high value industries, to generate income, to meet backlog of needs in education, health, urbanization and other public services, to improve productivity, to improve its factor of complementatives, to improve growth, more inclusion as well as environmentally sustainable. Indian scientists who changed the world. Satyanendra Nath Bose, Jagdish Chandra Bose, APJ Abdul Kalam. Solar tree. Solar tree is a structure incorporating solar energy technology on a single pillar, like a tree trunk. It may be a solar at work or a functional power generator. Purpose. Solar trees are intended to bring visibility to solar technology and to enhance the landscape and architecture. They complement usually in a commercial or public context. An objective of many solar tree installations is to promote awareness, understanding and adoption of renewable energy. Cheap are not typically used as a primary source of energy for the property. Solar trees may build awareness and interest in solar technology and also provide shade and meeting places. Origin. Unique sculpture creation for a single site began to appear in 1998 or earlier. A number of variants of solar trees have been convinced, not all of them released in installations. Location have included roadways, public areas in cities, schools, universities, office buildings, science, museums and more. Benefits of solar tree. These trees provide a primary or secondary source of power for the home or business. One tree can serve as a backup source of power in case of blackout. The power is used to run electronics, charge batteries, and keep the lights on. By installing a few rows of panels, homeowners can save hundreds of dollars a month on energy bills and get all of the power they need during the day. USP, Universal Serial Bus, is an industry standard that establishes specialization for cables, connectors, and protocols for connection, communication, and power supply between computers. A broad variety of USB hardware exists, including 14 different connectors types, of which USB is the most recent. First released in 1996, the USB standards are maintained by the USB Implementers Forum. The four generations of USB are USB 1, USB 2, USB 3, and USB 4. And its objectives. The Universal Serial was developed to simplify and improve the interface between personal computers such as cell phones, computer accessories, monitors. USB connectors are standardized at the host. USB takes full advantage of the additional processing power that can be economically put into chemical devices so that they can manage themselves. The USB interface is host swappable. The USB standard eliminates the requirement to develop interfaces to new FIPS. The wide range of transfer speeds available from a USB interface and its limitation. USB cable are limited in length as the standard was intended for on the same tabletop, not between rooms or buildings. USB has a stick tree network topology and master slave protocol for addressing devices. Those devices cannot interact with one another except the host, and two hosts can. A host can 5G. 5G is basically a made in India 5G standard created through a joint collaboration between IIT Hyderabad and Madras. The network standard has already got the nod from the International Communication Union, which does not dish out approved easily. 5G offers more range at a lower frequency, which is the opposite of 5G. The latter works between the 700 to 52,000 MHz bands and sacrifices on range. 5G can work with lower and scripted bands, which would make it more cost effective. Thank you.
Thank you, Manju. So our next participant is Devyam Sharma, sequence number 9.
मैम स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही है?
Yes, it is visible.
ओके मैम। मैम मेरा टुडेज टॉपिक इज मॉडर्न होम बेस्ड ऑन इनोवेशन एंड मॉडर्न इंडिया। Ma'am, I am Devin Sharma from BCA department. Ma'am, what is I will tell you first what is modern homes. मैम जो modern homes हैं वो हमारे basically उसके modern India के ऊपर based है, जिसमें हम solar panels का use करते हैं electricity charge करने के लिए, और साथ में हम इसकी जो sensors through और different technologies को हम use करते हैं modern homes में। बेसिकली मैम जो हम यूज करते हैं उसमें हम यूज करते हैं एनर्जी मैनेजमेंट, लाइट कंट्रोल, ग्लास ब्रेकिंग सेंसर्स, एंट्री मोशन, अलार्म सेंसर्स, वीडियो, लाइव वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग और रिमोट कंट्रोल। मैम पहले आता है हमारा HMC डिवाइस, जो कि होता है बेसिकली हमारे एनर्जी को मैनेज करता है सिस्टम को इन टू फेजेस। फर्स्ट इज हार्डवेयर एंड सेकंड इज इलेक्ट्रिक इन सॉफ्टवेयर। इलेक्ट्रिकली जो जो हमारा फर्स्ट फेज है वो करता है जो इलेक्ट्रिक बोर्ड में हम सेव करते हैं डाटा को। उसके बाद हम जो सेकंड फेज है उसमें हम अपने सॉफ्टवेयर के थ्रू एनर्जी को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। सेकेंड है ग्लास ब्रेकिंग, जैसे कोई भी हम जैसे आजकल डिफरेंट जैसे न्यूक्लियर फैमिलीज हैं उनको हम काम से बाहर जाना पड़ता है, जिसके कारण जो उनके चिल्ड्रंस हैं वो घर में रहते हैं, तो उसके लिए हम ग्लास ब्रेकिंग सेंसर यूज करते हैं। अगर कोई भी आने की कोशिश करता है या उसके एंटर करने की कोशिश करता है वो अलार्म को अलर्ट कर देगा और मैसेज टेक्स्ट कर देगा पेरेंट्स को या उनकी फैमिलीज को। दूसरा है मोशन सेंसर एक्टिवेटर। मैम जैसे आजकल देखा जाता है कि कोई भी लोग जैसे मॉल्स में हम जैसे एंटर करते हैं तो वो डोर्स ऑटोमेटिकली खुल जाते हैं थ्रू मैम दिस सेंसर्स। तो अगर हम होम से यूज करते हैं, मान लो हम कहीं से आ रहे हैं कुछ सामान लेके आ रहे हैं, तो वो पहले ही हमारा डिटेक्ट करके अपने आप ही डोर्स ओपन हो जाएंगे। हम दूसरा आता है मॉडर्न किचन, जिसमें हम यूज करते हैं मॉडर्न केटल्स, डिश वॉशर्स और रेफ्रिजरेटर्स, जिससे हम अपने फूड्स को फ्रेश रख सकते हैं और साथ में वेजिटेबल्स को। हमें दूसरा उसके बाद आता है फायर डिटेक्टर एंड सेंसर्स। मैम जैसे आजकल के जो फायर एक्सीडेंट्स होते हैं होम में बेसिकली इन किचन, तो हम उसमें फायर एक्सटिंग्विशर रखते हैं, जिससे अगर कोई भी सिलेंडर लीकेज हो रही है या कोई हमारा माइक्रोवेव से अगर स्मेलिंग आ रही है तो उसे हम पहले डिटेक्ट कर देगा कि कोई ऐसी चीज ऑन है, इसलिए बी केयरफुल। हमारे लाइव वीडियो स्ट्रीमिंग है, अगर जैसे हमारी कोई फैमिली मेंबर अकेला घर पे है तो हम उस पर निगरानी कर सकते हैं या उसकी देख सकते हैं कि उसके साथ क्या हो रहा है, किस तरह का बिहेवियर है उसके साथ हो रहा। और लास्ट है वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग। वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग में हम मॉडर्न उसमें वाटर हार्वेस्टिंग यूज कर रहे हैं, जिसमें हम जो भी हमारा रूफ पे रेन वाटर होगा वो एक टैंक में स्टोर हो जाएगा, साथ ही साथ हम उसको सेवरेज करके डिफरेंट उसमें यूज कर सकते हैं, ड्रिंकिंग के लिए, वॉशिंग के लिए और साथ ही साथ प्लांटिंग के लिए। थैंक यू मैम।
Thank you, Devin. It was a wonderful one. So next participant is Paramjot Singh, sequence number 10.
Hello. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Paramjot.
I'm actually presenting through my phone. I don't have a laptop right now. So when I share my screen, my camera will turn off. Is it okay with you?
Okay, fine, Paramjot. That is okay.
Okay. Just one sec. Good morning, teachers and ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning, teachers and fellow folks. My name is Paramjot Singh, and today we are here to talk about innovation and modern India. Now, coming to modern India, I often wondered what is modern India? What is that thing that makes India modern? And from a personal point of view, I think modern India is the India that is driven by new thoughts, new ideas, and new vision to make it a supreme leader. Now, yesterday when I was preparing this PPT, I often wondered what is the difference between innovation and invention. And when I Googled it, I found out that invention is creating something new out of a scrap. And a certain idea popped in your mind and you were like, let's go, let's innovate this, let's invent this. And when it's come to innovation, now I don't want to be bookish over here and I just want to define innovation so that a layman could understand it. We can say that innovation is creating something that is useful to humans and is often cost effective. Coming to my first slide, we have innovative kid that listens to your gut and to detect susceptibility for diabetes and BP and more. We have three amazing people over here. We have Prabhat KM, Dr. Devjyoti Dhar. We have Kumar Sankaran, the CEO of Lucin Rich Bio Private Limited, that created a kit called bug speak. Now, what it does is it goes to your gut, and it as a youth, we all know that a youth is driven by all sort of junk food and stuff that is constantly decreasing the growth of probiotics, as our older ancestors have like diet that includes lentils and herbs that promotes the growth of probiotics. And when our gut is unstable, all sort of medical condition comes into play. So what this kit does is it recommends the reimbalance of the gut microbiome, and it gives a result. As a result, we can increase our gut health and many more things. Next, we have IIT Kharagpur scientists which designed a low-cost oral cancer device that detects oral cancer. We all know that a huge population of India is addicted for the consumption of tobacco and smoking. And when it comes to diagnosis, is it like many of people die of ignorance, and a lot of people are diagnosed at a very late stage. So they designed Professor Suman Chakrabarti, along with a student of his, Arka Bhavik, they designed a device that detects oral cancer, and this device is often very cheap, as it costs only 37,000 rupees, and whereas as compared to CT scans and MRIs, which are comparatively very high and cost very much in lakhs. So, and I think it's a great innovation in medical terms. Next, we have barefoot scientist whose unique farm innovation won him the Padma Shri. We have Abdul Khadar Nadakati, which is, according to me, a man of innovation himself. Now he has like 24 innovation under his belt that promotes farming techniques, and he is basically known for creating bore wells, seed cum fertilizer drills, and the thing that he's famous for is making an automated sugarcane tilling machine that helps the sugarcane farmers a lot. Next, we have IIT grads tiny device transformation blood vessel surgeries that can prevent amputations. Now we all know that a lot of people suffer through road accidents every day, due to which their either they get their limbs get amputated. So Anand Parekh designed a device that alters your veins, and prevents the limbs to get amputated basically. So it's a nice approach, and it's a nice innovation. And coming to next slide, we have doctor that innovates cell therapy in India seeks to make vision restoration 80% cheaper. We have Dr. Jogin Desai that has a company called Eye System. Now, when it comes to eyes, we all know that at a very young age we see children wearing specs. We have often a high par like +6 or +5, and we often wonder what is the cause. What is the cause? The cause can be genetic, and the cause can often be like watching Chota Bheem too much on TV, according to my mom. So he designed a certain cell therapy that helps to regenerate the cell in the eyes, and that increases the vision of patients. So to conclude, I would like to say that if my word would motivate even a single person present over here, I would consider it as my win. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Paramjot. It was an informative one.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
The next contestant is Jasnoor Kaur, sequence number 11.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Jasnoor, you can start your presentation. Paramjot, can you please stop presenting your screen? Thank you. Yes, just know you can start now.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible, just know.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Jasnoor, and this is my presentation on innovations that define modern India. I will be talking about the initiatives our government is taking for new ideas to come into effect. So, what is innovation? It is basically the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new products or advancements of the products we're already using. So as we know that new inventions, they have always played an important part in the development of a country. And the IT industry of India has steadily accelerated its growth. And this makes our country a global IT hub. Like I said, I will be talking about the initiatives our government is taking. I will be talking about the Skill India initiative and the Startup India initiative. And I will be talking about military development. So the Skill India initiative, it was launched by our Prime Minister on 15th July 2015, and it includes National Skill Development Mission, National Policy for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship 2015, Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana scheme, and the Skill Loan scheme. So these are the some of the initiatives our government is taking for us for us to develop our skill and be a pro in it. And as we know that having a skill in today's world is like basically we can achieve anything. So the objectives of this initiative are identifying new sectors, providing training and skill development, creating opportunities, space and scope, and developing underdeveloped cities. Some of its features are emphasis on new areas for the youth, skill the youth to get employment and improve entrepreneurship, and it provides us training, support, and guidance for all occupations. Now, some of the key skilling domains are IT industry, we have telecom, we have education, healthcare, hospitality, and etc. Now software is now becoming a crucial piece of weaponry, and advanced software systems and embedded software technologies becomes the brain behind modern warfare. Now, some of the examples are electromagnetic gun or rail gun, phaser rifle, and lasers. Electromagnetic gun is basically a gun that uses electromagnetic waves for to shoot its someone in its side. Phaser rifle basically blinds anyone who is in its side, and lasers help us destroy mines from miles away. This is the impact of top 10 military technology trends and innovations in 2022. We have artificial intelligence 20%, robotics and autonomous systems 14%, cyber warfare 10%, and so on. Startup India initiative, it was launched on 16th January 2016, and it aims at supporting entrepreneurs building a robust startup ecosystem and transforming India into a country of job creators instead of job seekers. Now, we all have new ideas and we all want that we have a business of our own and that our country is developed into more jobs. So, this initiative by our government is very helpful. The impact of this on Indian economy is creation of jobs, increase of export, and GDP boost, and increased production lowers good prices. These are some of the initiatives by our government to boost entrepreneurship. We have Startup India initiative, we have Setu Fund, we have EBIS portal, royalty tax, etc.
The benefits are tax exemption. We have faster exits, fund of funds. In exemption, in this initiative, our government helps us, exempts us from paying 3 years of tax so that our entrepreneur can come and can grow. Now, these are some of the major Indian startups and softwares. Hacker Earth. This is an Indian startup that is simplifying the recruitment process in the IT sector by connecting suitable developers with the right companies. It has built a platform where code would be evaluated automatically. Then Darwin Box is a comprehensive and integrated human resource software that provides a one-stop solution to all the technical aspects of the HR department, from recruitment to performance management and to exit management. Ambrain is a startup that has all the mobile accessories, knowing that mobile has always played a now important part in our lives. So we have portables, and all other mobile accessories. Netmeds.com is an online portal for medicines where we can order medicines from our houses and it can be delivered to us. Byju's is a learning app that is known for its unconventional and practical methods of teachings. And especially in the past few years during the pandemic, this has helped us a lot. Zomato is a food chain that helps us deliver food to anywhere we are. And during the pandemic as well, it has played an important role. Now, in conclusion, I would say the future belongs to India with a great share of work from different parts of the world and placement of Indian experts across the globe. There are a lot of initiatives our government is taking to help us develop our knowledge, our skills, and this will surely add value to our future graduates, not just as job seekers, but it will help bridge the gap from seekers to creators. And now, being a student in the technical field, I would like to conclude that technology has helped us all on a daily life basis now, and I hope it will continue to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasnu. So now I invite next participant, Disha, sequence number 12. Disha, are you on the call? Okay, so Disha is not on the call. So next participant, Priyanka, sequence number 13. Priyanka is also not there. Next is Ritika.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ritika, you can start your presentation.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible, Ritika.
So, hello everyone. My name is Ritika Mankotia, and I am here to give my presentation on innovation that define modern India, under which I choose my topic electric bicycle. So first thing which come in our mind is that what is electric bicycle? You can clearly understand by its name the bicycle which work with the help of electricity is known as electric bicycle. So here are some points we are going to discuss about electric bicycle are its introduction, history, classes, types, working advantages, and at last conclusion. So let's start with introduction. As I already given you a little bit introduction, we can also say that electric bicycle is an electric and power assisted bike. So the thing that come in our mind is that what is power assisted bike? The bike which have motor, brake, gear is known as power assisted bike. Electric bike is also known as e-bike and booster bike. Electric bicycle is one of the fastest growing technology of the bicycle industry. People are buying it so broadly. Our e-bike is built up with controller, rechargeable battery, speed sensor, and speedometer. As compared to normal bike, e-bike is much more faster. If someone asks me to move to go from Mohali to Chandigarh, they give me option to use normal bike or e-bike. I will obviously prefer e-bike because it is faster than normal bike and you don't have to put much effort in it. So let's move further. It's about history. People think that it is a modern innovation, so it is from 20s, but that's not true. It is from 90s. The very first electric bicycle were documented in the 1880s and 1890s in the patent office in both France and the United States. The person named Ogden Walter Jr. was granted US patent on 31st December 1895 for a battery powered bicycle. But the thing is that there were no gear in his bike, and the motor could draw up to 100 amperes from a 10-volt battery. After him, 2 years later, in 1897, Hosea W. Libby of Boston invented an e-bike that was propelled by a double electric motor. You can see in image that is a O. Bolton Jr. bike. You can clearly see this pink area has battery. This is the invention of O. Bolton Jr. After this, we come to its classes and types. E-bikes are of three types: pedal assist, throttle only, and pedal assist 28 miles per hour. So the first type is an electric bicycle on which you must pedal in order to use the motor. If you want to use the motor in pedal assist, you must have to pedal regularly, and your motor will stop helping you at 20 miles per hour. But in throttle only, you don't have to do pedaling to make your motor work. If you want to benefit from the motor, you just crank the throttle and away you go. Now the last one is pedal assist 28 miles per hour. This class type is the fastest legal e-bike, and you don't need any driving license for it, and you don't need any license plate for it. This bike has maximum speed of 28 miles per hour. Let's go further. There is a working of e-bike. As I already told you that e-bike is that in pedal assist bike we have to do paddling. The same definition is written here. There are three main component of e-bike: electric motor, battery, and sensor. On the right side you can see the parts of e-bikes, that's meter, controller, motor, and battery and sensor. So let's discuss further. Electric motor. The main of the motor is to provide torque when you pedal. The main thing that motor does is to provide a force when you pedal, that you don't have to don't have to put much efforts. The more advanced the electric motor, the more torque it provides. After that, let's come to battery. That's how our electric motor look like. Battery. Now people ask that do we have to buy another, do we have to buy a new battery after every use? That's not true. You can recharge your batteries again and again, and it took up to 5 to 6 hours to charge your battery, and it is as easy as you plug your phone in charging. That's how our battery looks like. It's a e-bike battery. Now the last we have sensor. By its name you can clearly understand that sensor means sensing. There are two types of sensor. Number one, speed sensor, and number two, turque sensor. Speed sensor is for sensing the speed, and turque sensor is for used for sensing the force applied by a motor. That's how our sensor looks like. Now at second last we have advantages. Of course, if we Indian go to buy anything, we always ask about its advantages. So here are e-bikes advantages. Number one, it is easy to use. E-bikes are used for anyone, including elderly. Those person who are old, they don't get complicated things. So it's so easy to use. Number two, it's eco-friendly. It's nature friendly. It does not provide any harmful emission into the atmosphere. So the person who is using normal bicycle, it's same as it, but the thing is that you have to put much less efforts in this. Number three, cost efficiency and speeds. E-bikes don't require maintenance to help it clean. You can do it by yourself. You don't need to go some agencies to do that. And you can ride the e-bike with speed up to 25 kilometer per hour in motor assistance mode. Number four, battery. As I already told you that it has rechargeable battery. You can recharge it again and again with the help of electricity. Number fourth, license. You don't need any license to ride an e-bike, and there is no tax you have to pay for it. So it's a better choice to buy an e-bike. Number fourth, health and stress relief. Regular physical activities from a e-bike will boost your blood circulation, work your core muscle out, and relieve you out of stress. At last, here is a conclusion. I would like to say that e-bikes is best innovation that define modern India. Therefore, you must purchase e-bike and save our Mother Earth, because e-bikes are eco-friendly. It does not provide any harmful emission to the atmosphere. It is you who can stop pollution and start a revolution. So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Ritika. So next I invite our next participant, Kajal Kanwar, sequence number 15. Yes, Kajal, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay.
Ma'am,
It is visible, Kajal, but please make sure your contents are properly visible.
okay, ma'am. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kajal Pawar. I'm here to present the present my thoughts on the topic space-based solar power. So, firstly, I give the introduction regarding the space solar power. So, solar power is the concept of collecting the solar energy in the outer space. This technology, space-based use a solar power satellite for the collection of solar energy. A considerable fraction of incoming solar energy is lost on its way through Earth's atmosphere. This lost energy can be utilized by using solar satellites. So the second one is, how would it differ? Space based solar power would differ from current solar collection methods in such a way that the collected energy would reside on an orbiting satellite instead of on Earth's surface. It would provide higher collection rate and a longer concentration period due to the lack of a diffusing atmosphere and nighttime in space. So the next is basic concept. Part of the solar energy is lost on its way through the atmosphere by the effect of reflection and absorption. Space-based solar power systems convert sunlight to microwaves or laser beam outside the atmosphere, avoiding these losses and the downtime. So the next point is history. History regarding the solar power is originally known as satellite solar power systems was first described in November 1968. In 1973, Peter Geiser was granted US patent for his method of transmitting solar power over long distance using microwaves from a longer antennas on the satellites to a much larger one, now known as rectenna on the ground. A rough estimate of solar power satellite. So here is the rough diagram regarding the solar power satellites. Requirements for space solar power. So there is the point, low cost, environment friendly launch vehicle, large scale in orbit construction and operation to gather massive quantities of energy. Solar power satellites must be large, far larger than international space satellite. Power transmission to transmit power from satellites to Earth's surface with minimum impact. Designed for this is space-based solar power essentially consists of three elements: a mean of collecting solar power in space, a mean of transmitting power to Earth, a mean of receive. So the challenges here we face are the main significant technical challenge are development of low cost reusable space access, dealing with launch cost, efficient and qualified solar arrays, space assembly, maintenance and servicing, large and space structures. So on this we having the conclusion is the solar energy available in space is literally billions of times greater than we use today. Space solar power is by for far the largest potential energy source available, dwarfing all other combined. This technical on a larger scale combined with already demonstrated wireless power transmission can supply nearly all the electrical needs of our planet. Space solar power can completely solve our energy problems long term. The sooner we start and harder we work, the shorter long time term will be. Thanks for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kajal. Very wonderful one. So I invite our next participant, Manisha Rani, sequence number 16. Manisha, are you on the call? No, she's not there. So next is Tanvi Arora, sequence number 17.
Good morning, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, Tanvi.
I'm just sharing my screen. Can you please let me know if it is visible?
Yes, sure.
Is it visible, ma'am?
No, not right now.
Is it visible now?
No, Tanvi, it is not visible.
Ma'am, can you give me a moment?
Yeah, sure.
Is it now visible?
No. Are you presenting from your laptop?
Yes, ma'am.
You need to click on those three dots and then, sorry, the icon just besides three dots, that is your present now icon, and choose your entire screen. Then the dialog box will appear. You need to click that screen which is visible. After that only it will be shown to us.
Okay, ma'am. I'll just. Is it visible now?
Yes, now it is visible, Tanvi.
Shall I start?
Yes, you can start.
Good morning to all the jury members and my fellow presenters. I, Tanvi Arora, a student of MCA first year, would begin by extending my warm greetings to everyone on the occasion of National Science Day. The notion of my presentation today is innovations that define modern India. We begin by discussing firstly the relation India has had with innovations so far. There is no doubt about the fact that India has contributed to the world in the field of any subject, be it astronomy, architecture, metallurgy, mathematics, medicine, mineralogy, etc. Right from the discovery of zero by Aryabhat to the use of flush toilets to other modern technologies, we come across several inventions and discoveries in India which are accepted all across the globe, for which we should be proud of. The credit for the invention of Ayurveda, USB, yoga, shampoo, natural fibers, etc., all fall into India's side. Furthermore, to adapt to the changing needs and scenarios, India has moved towards sustainable energy based innovations. For the longest time in India, innovation was either stuck in the R&D centers of government enterprises, academia, and the MNEs. But in the last decade, India has seen an unprecedented rise in its innovation ecosystem. The Global Innovation Index indicates that India has been consistently outperforming other economies in its income group when it comes to key indicators of India's innovation ecosystem. Apart from innovations seen in the product industry and the service based industry, India has played a good game when it comes to innovations based on clean, sustainable, and renewable energy. The groundbreaking innovation that we will be discussing today is the low cost wind turbines. Now, I'll tell you something about these low cost wind turbines. Avant-Garde Innovations, the startup founded by siblings Arun George and Anoop George from Kerala, has come up with a low cost wind turbine that can generate enough electricity to power an entire use for a lifetime. The company launched its pilot project at a church in Tiruvananthapuram. This revolutionary product has also won them a spot in the top 20 clean tech innovations in India. Now, the features of this low cost wind turbine are: the wind turbine has some of the top notch features, including super efficient axial plug, clean renewable energy, direct drive and gearless, noiseless, automated facing to wind direction, efficiency in space utilization, and finally, bird friendly. Now, I'll be presenting a video which will show the basic working of this wind turbine. Benefits of the low cost wind turbine. Sustainable energy is the new buzzword of the current times. Ditching on the conventional energy sources is one of the many ways to adopt this. The low cost wind turbine is one such innovation in this direction. It is capable of utilizing wind energy to convert it into electricity that can light up a house for over an year. The best part of it is that the energy is 100% clean and renewable. It is low maintenance and reliable at all times. I would like to put a period to this presentation with a few words. Innovation is the key to a better future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tanvi. So next our participant is Smiley, sequence number 18.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Smiley, you can start.
Ma'am, is my screen visible? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Smiley, it is visible.
Ma'am, may I start?
Yes, you can start.
A very good afternoon to the all present here. Today, I Smiley is here to present one of the most amazing innovation that really defined modern India very well. So, the innovation that I'm talking regarding is Universal Serial Bus with USB. So, what is USB? USB was designed to standardize the connection of peripherals to personal computers, both to communicate with and to supply electric power. It has replaced serial ports and parallel ports and has become commonplace on a wide range of devices. There are some of USB peripherals which are keyboard, printer, hard drive, microphone, sound card, floppy disk drive, etc. As USB invention definitely helped to promote computerization and enable us to use any company's device regardless of the company's computer we are using. What's the name and the face behind such a great innovation? The one and only person is Ajay Bhatt, who is an American Indian architect who had developed the first ever USB in 1995 by Intel. Let me take you to the history of the USB. Regarding the year 1995, during which a group of 7 companies have collaborated and began the development of USB. The 7 companies were Compaq, DEC, IBM, Intel, Microsoft, NEC, and Nortel, and their goal was to connect external devices to the PCs very easily and replacing the multitude of connectors at the back of PCs. Let me leaf you through the various versions of USB. The first one is the USB 1.0, and it was released in 1995 and its transfer rate of data was 12 megabits per second, but it was short-lived. But it was soon replaced by USB 1.1, which along with the 12 megabits was able to operate at a much smaller 1.5 megabits. And the next one is USB 2.0, which was launched in 2000 and it has replaced 12 megabits per second of data transfer to a hefty 480 megabits per second. And the next one is USB 3.0. It was released in 2008 and defined new super speed transfer mode of 4.8 gigabits per second. But after 5 years, it was replaced with USB 3.1. It was launched in 2013 and had a standard up to a huge 10 gigabytes per second. Here are a few of the objectives enlisted regarding USB. According to the computer user's perspective, the USB interface improves ease of use in several ways. The USB interface is self-configuring, USB connectors are standardized at the host, USB takes full advantage of the additional processing, the USB interface is hot swappable. And the few other objectives are small devices can be powered directly from the USB interface. As if every innovation have its pros, it have its cons too. So few of the limitations are USB cables are limited in length. USB data transfer rates are slower than those of other interconnects such as 100 gigabit Ethernet, and USB has a strict tree network topology. So hereby I am going to round up my presentation with this conclusion that how Universal Serial Bus offers a realistic alternative to the existing problem of configuring new peripheral for use with personal computers. The main advantage is the ease of use for the consumer, who simply has to plug the device into any available port for the device to immediately become available to the appropriate software. In addition, USB devices are equally suited to any computer platform, supporting the protocol, unlike current differences between some devices for the PC and Apple Macintosh. The software problem is currently being overcome with USB support being included in the latest version of both Apple's and Microsoft operating system. Thus, there is now incentive for people to consider buying USB hardware, and the manufacturers are going to build it. At the last, I would like to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Smiley. So next I invite contestant number 19, Saloni.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Saloni.
Uh, good afternoon, ma'am. Today I, Saloni, I'm going to present my PPT on cybersecurity. So here's the index. What is cybersecurity and what is cybercrimes and history and cybercrimes include and how can we protect and advantages of cybersecurity and the safety tips and the conclusion. What is cybersecurity? A cybersecurity is referred to the technologies and the process designed to protect computer and network and data from the unauthorized access. Through the cybersecurity is important for network data and the application security. What is cybercrime? The former descriptions of cybercrimes were computer crimes, computer-related crimes, and computer-by crimes. With the provision of digital technology, some new terms like high technologies. In the other form include cybercrimes is digital and electronic and virtual and IT. What history about the cyber crimes? The first recorded cybercrime was recorded in the year 1820, and the first spam email took place in 1978. The first virus was installed on an Apple computer in 1982. The cybercrimes include the first point is illegal access and the system interference and misuse of data and frauds. And how can we protect? So we can protect by a read privacy policy carefully when you submit the data through the internet. Encryption. Lots of websites uses SSL, secure socket layer, to encrypt a data. Disable a remote connectivity. Advantages of cybersecurity: it will defend from a hacks and virus. The application of the cybersecurity used in our PC needs to update every week. Uh, Cybersecurity developer will be update their database every week once. Hence, the new virus was also deleted. The safety tips about the cyber crimes was we have to use antivirus software and maintain a backup and check security settings, use secure connections, and use strong password that don't give personal information unless it's required. Conclusion: the only system which is truly secure is one which is switched off and unplugged. So, only way to be safe is to pay attention and act smart. Thank you.
Thank you, Saloni.
Hello, Saloni. I want to ask one question. How you feel that it is related to innovation? How your topic is related to innovation?
Ma'am, it was given in the
Where it was given?
then somehow you should relate ki how cybersecurity is related to that topic. Okay, thank you, beta. It's okay.
Next. So our next contestant is Gautam, sequence number 20.
Ma'am, can you assure is my camera is working properly?
Yes, Gautam, you are visible.
Ma'am, can you just confirm is my slides are visible?
Yes, they are visible.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the confirmation. So let's begin. A very good afternoon to everyone. Did you guys know a service is an application or an innovation that help people in crisis? Yes, you're absolutely right. A service is an innovation. India invented this innovation when there was a havoc in the world. Here, Arogya Setu is a type of a service that helped lot of people during pandemic. It is a type of tracking mobile application developed by a National Informatics Center and an Information Technology Minister. It is a most important and the initial tool to fight against the coronavirus. You guys must know what is the need of this innovation. Firstly, a precision tracking of the spread of COVID-19. It helps to provide a awareness of COVID-19 and it also provide a health services to the people of India. And it tells us what should we do: protect one, protect all, and protect India. It tells us what our benefits are and what are beneficial for us. It provides a service of automatic contact tracking using Bluetooth and doing a self-assessment test based on a ICMR guidance. Please remember one thing: when you are using this innovation or a service, keep your location settings on and keep the Bluetooth on. Do you know how to protect yourself in these tough situations? Definitely, you know by using Arogya Setu. It will remove the problem of yours by providing a early identification and the prevention of a risk of infection through the content tracing and provide a medical help and advisory to a people who they want it. Now the time has come when you have to try this innovation on yourself by taking a self-assessment test. It gives you a self-reported system and a related information like travel and age and gender. It gives you a result in a type of a color changing like in the terms of green, yellow and orange color. It also assists the government guidelines and how to do it very well properly. So it's a time to check how to calculate the risk of your invention in your daily basis at the time of COVID-19. It properly records a digital signature of this interaction, including the time and the location or obviously a duration. It calculates the risk of infection of COVID-19 based on your residency and a proximity. You must know where does Arogya Setu working in your life. So let's see. First, your sample is collected at a lab and then it analyzed and summarized. After analyzing, your lab test give a result to a ICMR portal to Arogya Setu and it share your details with the Arogya Setu. Arogya Setu changes your status to COVID up to a red in a color as we discussed earlier. It terms of you are a COVID-19 patient. You know how Arogya Setu working in your life? Already you have done in the previous slide. Now you have to see, is it a privacy give or not? It never reveal your personal identity of anyone. It store all your important information in a mobile device as an advanced encryption standard. The team has done end-to-end testing of this system from a reputed academic institution. It does not give your information to the outside. Now is the time you should know the reality. It tells your information to only those people who have downloaded the app but not a public at large. Government never use this for their own purpose like earning money. It your safety to save your user information is saved with us like shown on the screen. Like, see, there are three cases here. In the first case, in the event You have tested positive for COVID-19, your located data is to map only those places you visited past 14 days. In the second case, in order to identify the location to be sanitized and to inform people who nested to be inserted further. In the last case, the location data will also be used to identify emerging areas for infections outbreak. So it's time to give some recommendation from Arogya Setu. It provides you a checkup details regularly in the app, and it also tell you how to take a safety measures and how much you have to take a social distancing like up to 6 feet, and how to take a self-assessment test as we done in the previous slide. And I also take one more thing in this app. It shows the current status like it shows the 2020 मतलब 2 दिन पहले तक का ये हमें बता रहा है, जहां पे हमारे एक्टिव केसेस कितने हैं 121881 एंड डिस्चार्ज केसेस कितने हैं एंड द डेथ केसेस कितने हैं. तो ये इट इज टाइप ऑफ इनोवेशन. So this is all about the innovation that device modern India. So our honorable Prime Minister and also told how good this innovation is. So I hope you like this innovation. Thank you so much from Aragya Setu.
Thank you, Fatim. It was an informative one. So next I invite contestant number 21, Kusum Negi. Kusum, contestant number 21. Are you on the call, Kusum? Okay, we shall move to our next participant, contestant number 22. Okay, so Kusum has joined. Yes, Kusum, am I audible to you? Kusum, your mic is not on. You are not audible, Kusum. Okay, first then we can proceed to our next participant, Navanjot. By the time you please clear with your mic issue.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yes, good morning, Navanjot.
My topic is virtual reality. First thing that comes to our mind, what is VR? VR is the use of computer technology to create a simulated environment. Here's an introduction to the virtual reality. Virtual reality means feeling the imaginary world rather than the real one. The definition of virtual means near, and reality means what we experience as a human being. VR help us to provide the
Navanjot,
same
I want to
experience that
interrupt
might
you.
not present in the education.
Navanjot, your screen is not presented.
Okay, wait. Now it's present.
Yes, now it is visible.
My topic is virtual reality. First thing that comes to our mind, that what is VR? VR is the use of computer technology to create a simulated environment. Now it's introduction of this virtual reality. Virtual reality means feeling the imaginary world rather than the real one. The definition of virtual is near, and the reality is what we experience as a human being. VR help us to provide the same experience even that we might not present at that location. We use 3D goggles and gadgets. Types of virtual reality. There are 4 types of virtual reality: immersive virtual reality, non-immersive virtual reality, semi-immersive virtual reality, and collaborative virtual reality. We will discuss them in detail in the next slide. Immersive virtual reality. It is the presentation of artificial environment that replaces users' real world to a such extent that it looks like a real world. Non-immersive virtual reality. It is a type of virtual reality in which we interact with a virtual environment, usually through a computer, but the virtual environment not directly interact with us. Semi-immersive virtual reality. It is something between non-immersive and immersive virtual reality. One of the example of this is a flight simulator. Collaborative virtual reality. A collaborative virtual environment in any virtual landscape built with the distinct aim of bringing people to work towards a shared goal. Hardware used in VR. Input devices and output devices are used in VR. The example of input devices is joystick and output devices is VR box. Applications applications of VR. There are many applications of VR, but most common are in military. In military, VR is used for training purposes. This reduces injuries to the soldiers during training process. In healthcare, these include medical training, treatment of patients. It helps doctor to carry out diagnosis more accurately. In education, virtual reality enables students and teachers to study and teach in their comfort zones. Advantages of virtual reality. Virtual reality creates a realistic world. It makes education more easy and comfortable, enables users to explore places while sitting at home. Through virtual reality, user can experiment with an artificial world. Disadvantages of virtual reality. The gadget used in VR are very expensive. Everyone cannot afford it. In VR environment, we can't move by our own like in the real environment. It consists of complex technology. Everyone can't understand it. Virtual reality is addiction if used in excess. Future of VR in context to India. Boost learning retention. This means immersive and innovative digital tools will facilitate experiential learning in more effective ways. Personalized learning experience. This will provide highly personalized learning experience based on learning patterns and behavior. Encouraging active learning. This very simple fact means that a young learner is coming into the device with an open and curious mind, which is the best starting point for learning to happen. Empowering educator and learner. Books in the future could be digital, infused with VR technology, and educator can place helpful milestones in the real world for students to stumble upon for a practical and hands-on learning. With this point, I conclude my presentation. Thanks for paying attention to me.
Thank you, Niranjan. Now, next time, we'll just get it for contestant number 23. Navunja, please mute your mic. Yes, just kidding. Are you on the call?
Yes, ma'am. 1 second. One second, ma'am. Can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Can artificial intelligence solve all our questions? Will it be able to do everything that humans can? Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jaskirat Kaur, and the topic I am going to be talking about today is artificial intelligence, which is also known as AI in short. I'm going to be giving you a brief understanding about AI. I will tell you what it is, how it has evolved, in what ways it has been applied in India, the merits, the demerits, and more. This is the first question that pops up in our head when we talk about anything new. What is it exactly? AI is basically the ability of a machine to display human like capabilities such as reasoning, learning, planning, and creativity. It is the intelligence demonstrated by machines. We use AI as it is now, but the technology is much older than we would imagine. The journey of AI, artificial intelligence, began way back in 1943. The first phase was from 1943 to 1952, where a couple of neuroscientists proposed the model of artificial neurons. There was another scientist who found the strengths between neurons. Also, an English mathematician came up with the Turing test to compare the intelligence of machines and humans. The second phase was from 1952 to 1956, where the first artificial intelligence program was created and named Logic Theorist. The word artificial intelligence was first used in 1956 at a Dartmouth conference. The next phase was from 1956 to 1974, where also known as these years were also known as the golden years. Back then, algorithms were introduced to solve math problems. The first chatbot was created in 1966 named Eliza. Later in 1972, a humanoid robot was built in Japan. The first AI winter phase lasted from 1974 to 1980. This was the time when scientists were facing a shortage of funds by the government for the research work. During this, the AI publicity had fallen. Then came the 1980 to 1987 phase, where there was a boom due to the expert system created, which would have the decision-making ability of a human. In 1980, the first national conference of AI was held at Stanford University. Next was the phase where the second AI winter took place from 1987 to 1993. The investors and government had stopped the funding for research due to high costs and not as much of an efficient result. The emergence of new agents such as Roomba, the vacuum cleaner, and the IBM Blue, which beat the world chess champion, were invented. AI had also begun to be used by MNCs such as Facebook and Netflix. Then came the phase which was from 2011 and continues till date. Google launched the Android app feature Google Now to provide predictions. The Project Debater was also introduced, which performed exceptionally well in debates. AI was first introduced in Dartmouth College in Hanover, but later did also reach India in 1956. There are around 109,000 personnel working in India for artificial intelligence. Some of the main areas where AI is used include transportation and smart mobility, under which AI is helping keep the road traffic flowing. It also helps reduce the fuel consumption caused by vehicles when they are still and improves the air quality as well. Agriculture makes the use of AI as well, as it helps improve the overall harvest quality and accuracy. AI sensors can detect and target weeds and then decide which herbicide to use in the region. In education, AI improves the assistance given by teachers. It also allows real-time text-to-speech be done. It also helps by having grading done automatically and performing repetitive tasks such as taking attendance. A common use of AI in healthcare involves NLP apps that can understand and classify clinical records and documentation. This leads to a better result for patients. AI can also be used in smart cities and for traffic management, waste management, parking systems, and controlling pollution levels. Artificial intelligence plays a huge role in making our lives simpler. Some of its benefits include AI increases productivity as it is being used to manage complex tasks requiring more effort and time. This is one of the this is one of the most important goals of AI, taking the complex and making it simple. By the year 2030, AI is estimated to contribute over $15 trillion to the world's economy. AI helps simplify personalization from being overwhelming and time consuming. An AI based product, IBM Deep Thunder, provides highly customized information regarding forecasts. AI can also be used to automate anything that ranges from easy to extreme difficult tasks. Complex program problems can also be solved using machine learning algorithms. These can be simple or can also be complex. Repetitive tasks are difficult to manage as they are monotonous and time consuming. AI helps focus on important tasks. AI has designed advanced robots with global defense applications in mind. AI has also evolved and now is a huge part of everyday life. AI assistants like Siri and Alexa are used very often nowadays. The risks of AI include automations for job loss, socioeconomic inequality, privacy violations, market volatility, algorithmic bias caused by bad data, and weapons automation. Some of the applications of AI are given here, which include personalized shopping, AI powered assistants, voice assistants, spam filters, facial recognition, and many more. Some movies that might become reality are The Terminator, The Matrix, War Games, iRobot, and Tron Legacy. These are movies that might become reality because a lot of artificial intelligence is used in these. The future of AI in India is expected. Thank you.
Yes, just give it. The time is over. So next time I'm coming back to Kusum only. I hope Kusum the mic issues resolved now. Yes, Kusum, contestant number 21. Is your mic issue resolved?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can start.
Ma'am, wait a minute.
Your voice is audible, Kusum, but your screen is not presenting.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now is it
Yes,
visible?
yes, it is visible.
Okay, ma'am. As ma'am said before, innovations are not everyone's cup of tea. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm extremely excited to tell you all about some amazing innovations by our young innovators. Indian innovators are building.
Kusum, your PPT is not visible on the screen. Your Google Meet page is shared.
Wait a minute, ma'am. Is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, Kusum, it is visible now.
Okay, ma'am. As ma'am said before, innovations are not everyone's cup of tea. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I'm extremely excited to tell you all about some amazing innovations by our young innovators. Indian innovators are building services and products that has been built to deliver in the face of high degree of complexity related to technological constraint, user segment and competitive pricing. The Global Innovation Index indicates India has been constantly outperforming other economies in its income group and when it comes to key indicators of India's innovation ecosystem. Tejas Sindel is an architect, biomimetic, and designer. Uh, he has founded Carbon Craft Designs in 2016, a company innovating eco-friendly solution with architecture. Their main products are elegant tiles that made from upcycled carbon collected from factories. He says that there are solutions for all man-made problems. We simply need to discover them. Through his work, he is inspiring others to turn pollution into a resource. Is strengthening a circular economy and environmental conscious consumerism. Sarthik S. Kumar, a 17-year-old boy hailing from Mangalore, has developed a prototype robot agribot. He says that this system will enable farmers to choose the right crop for cultivation. Agribot can collect reading from a field such as details about soil moisture, humidity, and temperature. Hazik Kazi is a middle school student from Pune known for his project to clean ocean from waste. He is one of the young presenters at TEDx. He was widely covered by media for being young innovator and titled as child prodigy by many. He says that he believed the quote by Mahatma Gandhi, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." He was in fourth grade when he watched a few documentary on plastic menace and how it affects the marine ecosystem. A million marine animals and a lakh of creatures die every year because of plastic consumption. Arvis is the creation of Hazik, which is a large vessel in the ocean with multiple saucers attached to it. Could suck, it could help suck waste out from the surface of ocean. This ship is powered by hydrogen and renewable natural gas. Siddharth Mandala, a 19-year-old boy from Telangana, invented a unique device to prevent rape. This device is called electroshoe. It gives electric shock to the attackers and sends a signal to police and victims' parents. Fueled by the protest following the Nirbhaya case, he came up with this invention to stop further incidents of rape. To accomplish this, he created a unique circuit board that uses footsteps to charge itself and with the help of the concept called piezoelectric effect. The more the user walks, the more energy is generated and stored in a rechargeable battery. Therefore, I conclude by saying that innovation requires observation, passion, patience, and commitment. More than anything else, they need courage, determination, and hard work. However, truly transformative inventions happen when idealism meets incredible ideas of people. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Kristen. So next I invite Nayan Joshi, contestant number 24.
मैम आई हैव एन इमरजेंसी मैं अभी दे सकता हूँ हेलो
Okay, fine, Ketan. You can proceed. So, Nayan, please wait after Ketan. You can present.
ओके मैम 25 नंबर है मेरा
Yes, Ketan's contestant number is 25. Immediately.
प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं स्क्रीन Good morning to all of you. My name is Ketan and I have got a theme innovation for modern India and my topic is electric bicycle. So electric bicycle is also known as e-bike or booster bike. It has integrated motors in it, which help us to propulate it. They work on available. It is available on worldwide, from e-bikes that only have small motors to assist the rider's pedal. These are rechargeable batteries, and the lighter varieties are up to 25 to 32 kilometers, depending on law of the country in which they are sold. While more than high power can often do in excess of 45 kilometer per hour speed. Electric bicycles are classified in two bases: pedal assist system and power on demand one. Pedal assist system, the electric motor is regulated by pedaling. The pedal augments the efforts of riders when they are pedaling. These bikes can pedals have a sensor to detect pedaling speed and pedal force. Brake activation sense and disable the motor as well. Power on demand. The motor is activated by throttle and can be mounted just on most motorcycles or scooters. They are also useful when it would be helpful for the riders who are generally need some assistance. Therefore, very broadly, e-bikes can be classified as e-bikes with pedal assist only, e-bikes with power and demand and pedal assist also, e-bikes with power on demand only. So there is a e-bike kit which consists of meter, controller, integrate sensor, motor, speed sensor, and batteries. E-bike with pedal assist only. It can be classified into two legal bikes. Pedals legally classified as bicycles or as bicycles. Uh, it has pedal assist only, motor only up to a decent but not excessive speed. These are usually at 25 km per hour. Motor power up to 250 volts. As pedals, it has pedal assist only motor which can generate greater than 250 volts, can attain a high speed of 45 km per hour. E-bikes with power on demand and pedal assist. Some bikes combine both pedal assist and sensors well as throttle. E-bikes with power on demand only. Often, often most more powerful motors that always the more powerful of these are legally classified as motorcycles. With power on demand only, the rider can ride the pedal power alone, fully human powered. Uh, it can be operated throttle manually, uh, ride using both together at the same time. So it is also helpful for us in health and fitness. Getting into shape of your life has been so fun or easy. For long rides or flat ground to run up and down gently roll hills, this bike will redefine your workout. If you want to shed extra pounds, an e-bicycle will help you lose weight safely and without the stress impact of other activities like jogging. Riding an e-bike will give you more energy and vital, making you feel younger while lowering stress level and improve your overall health. E-bicycle also have many advantages. A main advantage of e-bicycles over motorcycles or mopeds, including electric motorcycles. In electric bikes can use the bike's infrastructure, park in bicycle area, on sidewalks and bike paths. This allows for much faster movement in congested and downtown areas. Electric bicycles also allow the rider to pedal and get exercise in time they normally spend commuting. So at the end we have confusion of e-bicycles. The issue associated with electric bicycles may be addressed by custom design drives that are most efficient over a given operating bicycle. These include city bicycles, hill bicycles, distance bicycles, and speedy bicycles. The result of studies listed here can serve as a platform to improve electric bicycles performance if new drive systems are designed around key parameters. Furthermore, there can be used comparison of existing drives in systematical, comprehensive, and technical way. Thank you.
Thank you, Ketan. So next is Nayan Joshi, contestant number 24. Nayan Joshi. Nayan is not on the call. So we can proceed to next participant, Meghna, contestant number 26.
कृतिका टर्न आ गई हमारी।
Yes, Meghna.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Nayan Joshi.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Good afternoon to all. My name is Meghna, and today I'm going to present my topic of Sixth Sense technology under the theme innovations that define modern India on this auspicious day of National Science Day. First of all, a brief. A brief about my topic. We all know five senses that a human body contains: eye, nose, skin, feel, and touch. So my topic is sixth sense, that basically defines that how a digital computer can be installed in a human body and can be used. So the roadmap of my presentation is introduction, history, components, working, advantages, applications, and conclusion. Sixth Sense is a variable gestural interface that augments the physical world around us with digital information and lets us use natural hand gestures to interact with that information. For example, we can see Elmira or any other physical object around us. We can convert that physical object into a digital object easily. It was developed by Pranav Mistry, a PhD student in the Fluid Interfaces group at the MIT Media Lab. Sixth Sense bridges the gap by bringing intangible digital information out into the tangible world and allowing us to interact with this information via natural hand. Here, intangible means the things which we cannot touch, and tangible means the things which we can touch. Sixth Sense comprises a pocket projector, a mirror, and a camera. The hardware components are coupled in a pendant like mobile wearable devices. We can easily project our digital objects that we have converted from a physical object to a digital object on any screen that we like, even on our bodies. So the components of Sixth Sense technology is a camera, a projector, colored markers, mirror, mobile. So the camera here works as it captures an object in view and tracks the user's hand gestures. It sends the data to smartphone. It acts as a digital eye connecting you to the world of digital information. The projector projects visual information enabling surfaces and physical objects to be used as interfaces. The project itself contains a battery inside with 3 hours of battery life. A tiny LED projector displays data sent from smartphone on any surface in view, object, wall, or a person. Most of us would have seen Captain America, where the main actor uses Sixth Sense technology, where he reflects the digital information on the screen and uses that. So there also Sixth Sense technology was used. Next was smartphone. Next component is smartphone. A web-enabled smartphone in the user's pocket process the video data. Here we need to notice that the smartphone should be connected to internet so that our Sixth Sense technology works properly. Other software searches the web and interrupts the hand gestures. Next component is mirror. The uses of mirror is significant as the projector dangles pointing downwards from the neck. Next component is colored markers. It is at the tip of the user's fingers. Marking the user's fingers with red, yellow, green, and blue tape helps the webcam recognize gestures. The movements and arrangement of these markers are interpreted into gestures that act as interaction instructions for the projected application interfaces.
How does sixth sense works? So now it is easy for us to understand that any physical object can be converted into digital object. It is first captured by a camera, then it is sent to a mobile phone connected to an internet for processing. Then here our mobile phone works as a medium to send it to a projector. Then the information is sent to the projector, and then it is projected on an image. It reflects then The mirror reflects it on a surface. The applications of sixth sense technology is we can call up a map easily on any screen that we like. We can check time on our hand even without a watch, even without a clock. We can use drawing applications on any surface that we like. Multimedia reading. Most of us would have seen Harry Potter movies where we see newspapers having images which move. In that movie, it is animated, but it is real. It is in reality possible. If we use sixth sense technology, we can make calls. If we can make calls by having a sixth sense dialer on our hand. We can access any information present on internet, our files, our documents on any screen if we have sixth sense technology. Advantages of sixth sense technology is sixth sense is an user-friendly interface which integrates digital information into the physical world and its objects, making the entire world your computer. Sixth sense does not change human habits but causes computer and other machines to adapt to human needs. It uses hand gestures to interact with digital information. It is also portable. We can carry it anywhere. Data access is directly from machine in real time. It is an open source and cost effective media. It is gesture controlled wearable computing device that feeds our relevant information and many more. So the conclusion of my presentation is here. The key here is that sixth sense recognizes the objects around you, displaying information automatically and letting you access it in any way you want in the simplest way possible. If they can get rid of the colored finger caps and it ever goes beyond the initial development phase, sixth sense prototype implements several applications that demonstrate usefulness, viability, and flexibility of the system. In simple, it is almost like installing a digital system into our body and further making it as sixth sense of our body. Thank you.
Thank you, Meghna. It was an informative one. Next, I invite Aksmunga, contestant number 27. Aksmunga. I think she is not on the call. So next we can proceed to Pirushi Bhargav, contestant number 28. Pirushi?
Yes, ma'am, I'm presenting.
Okay.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, so good afternoon to my dear teachers and all the representatives here. So I'm going to start with my presentation. Innovation that defines modern India. So basically, first question that stuck our mind is what is innovation? Innovation is basically the practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or services or improvement in offering goods or services. Secondly, India has its credit one of the oldest civilizations in the world. There are a lot of significant contributions that India has made to the world in the field of art, science, mathematics. A lot of modern day inventions are based on the principles that were created in India right from the mythological age. Let's have a look at the amazing innovations that define modern India. Firstly, we have portable chargers. Second, we have infrastructure. solar power tree, electric cycle, and the last but not the least, healthcare. So let's start with the portable charger. Portable charger, sometimes called a power bank, is a reusable battery that's small enough to fit in your hand, covered by a protective casing. It connects to any input and output source, allowing you to charge various devices from almost anywhere without the need for a wall outlet. Almost everyone has witnessed a painful device shutdown due to low battery at one time or the other. Thus, if you have mobile devices, particularly internet enabled ones, then you need a power bank. A portable power bank is a small device used as a backup power for charging various devices. Nextly, we have the advantages of portable charger. Portable charger helps to keep your mobile charged. It has a lot of diversity. It boosts safety and security of your phone. It is very handy and convenient. It is very affordable. Secondly, we have infrastructure. Infrastructure refers to the basic physical systems of a business region or the nation. These systems tend to be capital intensive and high cost investments. Examples of the infrastructure include transportation system, communication network, water and electrical systems. Projects related to infrastructure improvements may be funded publicly, privately, or through public-private partnership. Next, we have the benefits of the modern infrastructure. It ensures high availability and minimized downtime. It supports multi-cloud environments. It reduces cost and deploy flexible pricing models. It consumes innovation more easily. It meets your stringent SLAs. SLA stand for service level consequence. It accelerates time to market. Next, we have solar power tree. Solar power tree is a structure that is designed like a tree with branches made of steel to hold the photovoltaic panels. India's first solar power tree has been designed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute in Durgapur, West Bengal. It is a smarter way to produce energy. Advantages of solar power tree is little to no maintenance, reduced pollution in air and groundwater, decreased rates of non-renewable energy, increase in concern for the environment, a decrease in the uses of natural resources. Next, we have electrical cycle. Electrical cycle, basically known as e-cycle. When someone hears electrical bicycle, the first image they may imagine maybe a scooter or electric motorcycle, but they actually look pretty different. Just picture a regular bicycle, then add several electric components to it like a motor, a battery, and a controller, all seamlessly integrated into the design. These items make up the fundamental of all electric bicycles on the market. We have the features of electric cycle. E-cycle makes pedaling easier. They can replace driving. You will drive you will ride a lot more even if you already ride a lot. They go pretty fast to a point. There's an e-bike for everything. Nextly, we have healthcare. Healthcare is the maintenance or improvement of health via the prevention, diagnosis, treatment, or cure of disease. Healthcare is delivered by health professionals and aided by health fields. It includes work done in providing primary case, secondary case, and tertiary case, as well as in public health. Next, we have features of modern healthcare. Improved doctor-patient communication. It is efficient recording of information in real time, more collaboration, better connectivity with Internet of Things, higher patient satisfaction. Thank you.
Thank you, Kirushi. Next is Kumari for contestant number 21.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am. I'm actually Gulmani.
Okay, good morning. Sorry, good morning.
ma'am, please do let me know if my screen is visible and is my voice loud and clear.
Yes, both are perfect.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. The secret of change is to focus all your energy not on fighting the old, but building the new. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gurmani Kaur, and today I'm going to present the topic Innovations that Define Modern India. This presentation is
Gurmani, I want to interrupt you. Actually, the background music is more louder than your voice.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Just give me a second. I'm so sorry, ma'am.
It's okay.
Uh, can I begin the slide from the beginning? Can I start this from the beginning?
Okay, you can start.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, is my voice clear now?
It is clear, but you are not audible properly. Means the background sound is more louder than your voice.
Now is it even more louder or is it okay?
A bit louder. Yes, it is okay now.
Okay, thank you. Innovation is a practical implementation of ideas that result in the introduction of new goods or services or the way these goods and services are offered. Some of the innovations that changed our life forever are e-rickshaws or e-cars, e-cycles, and then we have Amazon, and lastly, the Apple company. Now, the few innovations that changed our life are electronic payments, the USB, solar powered tree, e commerce, and voice recognition. The future of payments is here. In 2020, the digital payment market had made up to 5.44 trillion US dollars. In 2026, this rate is expected to be more than double to 11.29 trillion dollars, owing to the continued surge in the field of payments. Now, there is no need for us to carry cash anywhere or everywhere because making payments is just a tap away. Some of the applications of future of payments are Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm, credit cards, debit cards, ATMs, etc. The USB. Universal Serial Bus is a drive that is used for storage, supplementary data backups, and for transferring computer files. As compared to CDs and floppy disks, these are more faster, have more storage capacity, and are less harmful for the environment. Moreover, these are more easy to use and are even portable because of their lack of moving parts. They are less harmful to electromagnetic interference and from surface scratches. Now, we can take all the information with us anywhere we want in just these small, portable, easy to use drives. Some of the companies that provide us these USBs are Toshiba, Kingston, Seagate, SanDisk, etc. Solar power tree.
Solar power tree.
It is a
Solar power
structure that
tree
is
is a
designed
structure.
like a tree with, with its branches made up of metal to hold photovoltaic panels. Solar power tree is intended to bring visibility to solar energy. The objective of developing the solar power tree is to promote awareness, understandings, and adoption of renewable energy. India's first commercial solar power tree was made in Amritsar, the state of Punjab. E commerce. Electronic commerce is buying and selling of goods and services or sharing of data and funds on an electronic network, primarily the internet. Some of the applications of e-commerce are wholesale and retail, online bookings, online publishings, marketing, manufacturing, finance, auctions, and many more. Some of the companies and apps that provide us these e-commerce facilities are Byju's, Trivago, OLX, Nedmix, Amazon, and there are many more. Voice recognition. A machine or a program's capacity to interpret and understand the dictated command and to carry out those commands is known as voice recognition. Because of the emergence of AI and intelligent assistants, Amazon's Alexa, Apple's Siri, and Microsoft's Cortana, this voice assistant has become popular and has been in use for so long. Moreover, these assistants has already brought us to the frontiers in our homes, in our computers, in our cars, our smartwatches, our mobile phones, and even at work. The advantages of innovations are not hard to see. These innovations had changed our life forever and possibly for good. The outcomes of these innovations are economic growth, improved well-being and communications, etc. To encapsulate, I would like to say that innovating and improving is the cycle of life. So keep thinking, creating, and innovating new things. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you, Gurmani. It was a wonderful one. So next I invite Shivangi, sequence number 30.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, was my voice clear throughout the presentation?
Yes, Gurmani. It was clear afterwards.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, shall I start?
Yes, Shivangi, you can start.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, now it is visible.
Alright, ma'am. A very good afternoon to all the jury members and fellow participants. My name is Shivangi, and I am going to present my presentation on the theme Innovations that Define Modern India. I would like to begin my presentation with a prompt. What do you think? Which Indian innovation is seeked by other developed nations? As we all know, India is a developing nation and it has contributed to a lot of innovations globally. Uh, But the one Indian innovation that has proved to be one of the biggest revolution in India since independence is UPI. India is the largest real-time payment market in the world. After looking at the huge success of UPI in India, other developed nations also want to incorporate it into their payment systems. India has taken a major step towards achieving a cashless economy with the advent of UPI. The payment model allows us to use our smartphone as a virtual debit card. It has also made possible the sending and receiving of money instantaneous. The concept of QR codes has eliminated the usage of digital wallets altogether. Now let us take a look at these sections in detail. So first of all, what is a UPI? UPI stands for Unified Payment Interface. UPI is a single platform that merges various banking services and features under one umbrella. A UPI ID and PIN are sufficient to send and receive money. Real-time bank-to-bank payments can be made using a mobile number or a virtual payment address or a UPI ID. UPI has definitely brought a huge difference in our daily lives. Before the launch of launch of UPI technology in 2011, RBI found out that in India, only 6 digital transactions used to happen every year per individual citizen, and around 14.5 crore individuals had no access to any form of banking. But with the launch of UPI technology, it clocked 1.2 billion transactions in November 2019, valued at rupees 1.89 trillion. And since it works across multiple bank accounts without revealing the details of one's account to the other party, it makes paying someone as simple as handing over cash. So, who initiated UPI? UPI is an initiative taken by National Payments Corporation of India (NPCI) together with the Reserve Bank of India and Indian Banks Association. The National Payment Corporation of India (NPCI) was created by RBI for operating retail payments and settlement systems in India. NPCI is the firm that handles RuPay payment infrastructure that is somewhat similar to a Visa card and a MasterCard. It allows different banks to interconnect and transfer funds. Immediate Payment Services is also an initiative of NPCI, and UPI is considered as the advanced version of IMPS. Now, what is a UPI ID and a UPI PIN? A UPI ID is a unique identification for a bank account that can be used to send and receive funds, whereas a UPI PIN is a 4-digit personal identification number that must be entered to authorize the transfer of money via UPI. How does UPI work? Well, it is really easy to get started with UPI. There is no need to remember the receiver's account number, account type, IFSC code, and bank name. Instead, we can do the money transfer only by knowing the Aadhaar number, mobile phone number registered with the bank account or the UPI ID. Setting up a UPI ID is also really easy. The ID can be set up by providing the details of your bank account on any app that supports a UPI service. A UPI ID mostly begins with your mobile number followed by @symbol and ends with the app that you are using. Verification and transfer of money. The app will send an OTP to the registered mobile number for authorized verification. Enter OTP and create a PIN for the UPI ID, and after the registration, one can send or receive money easily from his or her contacts. What are the features and benefits of using a UPI? Well, UPI has improved our lives a lot. It provides a hassle-free transfer of money, and it has very improved services. The services of UPI are cash-free functioning, security, real-time fund transfer, and one UPI app that works for all the bank accounts. Security. People have stuck with their cash payments primarily because they could not rely on online transactions and card payments, as they ask for the bank account details. However, the payment through UPI does not require card details or the details of your bank account. You just need to enter your virtual payment address. As we can see, from 93,000 transactions in August 2016 that valued rupees 3 crore, in December 2021, the total transaction value on UPI reached 8.27 lakh crore rupees with a 99% of annual growth rate. The largest share in $2 trillion of annual digital payment in India comes from UPI. The developed nations across the globe are looking forward to incorporate this Indian innovation into their payment system to improvise it. Google has recently recommended India's UPI to the Federal Reserve System of the USA. NIPL is planning to extend UPI to markets such as United States, West Asia, and Europe. UPI-based QR code payment system is also going to be introduced in countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Cambodia, South Korea, and Japan from 2022. Conclusion. UPI is a grand step towards making the cashless payment faster, smoother, and easier. The launch of UPI will prove to be a milestone in the transformation of modern India, and it is all set to become an efficient alternative to mobile wallets. I would like to sum up my presentation with the conclusion that UPI is indeed a great Indian innovation that defines modern India. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Shivangi. Next, we have Ritik Sharma, sequence number 31.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Shruti, you can present your PPT.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, your camera is visible, but the presentation is not presented.
Okay, ma'am.
Now it's working, Riddhi. You can start.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, teachers and my dear fellow participants. Today I am going to present a presentation on innovations that define modern India. I am Riddhi Sharma from BCA first year. So first of all, innovations that define modern India. Why do we need innovations to define the modern India? Modern India is that development in technologies, trends has led us to a modernizing India. It has led to a development in trends, technology, now, first of all, with starting with my topic that is innovation that define modern India, I would like to highlight the main thing that is what is innovation? What it exactly means innovation? So, innovation is defined as the process of making an idea or invention into a good or service that creates value and or for which customers will pay. It can refer to something new, such as an invention or the practice of developing and introducing new things. And innovation is often a new product, but it can also be a new way of doing something, a new way of thinking something. Like nowadays, we have seen, or from a long time, there are chargers which we connect to a port and for phone chargers. But nowadays, there are an invention that is portable chargers, or we can say there are Wi-Fi is also portable modems which we can carry anywhere. So there is advancement. We are going to a modernizing India. India is competing with all the countries to become a developed country, so it is facing in the uh, competition of becoming a developed country. So, why is innovation so important for India? That India government is giving an impact on it. Innovation is seen as an important factor that contributes to the long-term development of an economy or Indian economy. It plays an essential role in economic growth. The ability to resolve critical problems depend upon innovation. Innovation has solved many problems in the upcoming years, in previous years, critical problems have been solved by this. Innovation is the core reason for modern existence in the previous years because of development in previous year because of these innovations that I am going to explain in next slide is the core reason for the modern existence, and because of critical human needs, health, technology, wealth, the innovation has some bring something which we in previous 10 decades we have think it was impossible to bring. Now innovation is the ability to see change as an opportunity, not as a threat. Most innovation occurring in India are home based innovation, so we should not bully someone or should suppress someone. We should give them opportunities, like Indian government is giving startup India schemes to encourage these people. So, firstly, I would like to start with my main topic: innovation that define modern India. Firstly, the portable charger. We have all listened that there is an increased trend in electric vehicles. So, some people do not buy electric vehicles because these take very much time to get charged. So the woman enterprise is living the Make in India dream by strengthening EV adoption through a portable charger. This lady has living the dream Make in India. She has making the portable chargers. She has a team that is Telangana based B2B startup. Celestial Systems, founded by entrepreneur Surujna, the photo I showed in the previous slides, supplies affordable portable chargers for electric vehicles priced between rupees 1800 to 10,000, which are affordable by people who are taking or buying the electric vehicles. Surujna has been involved in research, development, power systems, and discharging of these batteries. So nowadays we have seen that there are so much global warming, so much pollution. So she is encouraging the use of electric vehicles. She got this innovative idea when she was going in a home, and she saw so much of pollution going here and there. So much pollution, people are going and coming, and they are getting affected by various diseases. So she made these portable chargers, which take only 3.5 hours to charge, whereas most of the electric vehicles nowadays take an average of 8 hours. So she has encouraged many people to take these chargers. Secondly, second one, solar power tree. Solar power tree is a structure that is designed like a tree with branches made of steel to hold photovoltaic panels. India's first solar power tree has been designed by Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute in Durgapur, West Bengal. It is serving a dual purpose of being an artwork where, as well as an energy generator. Third one, Envy green edible bags. We have seen in last few decades that plastic bags have become very much have become a source of diseases, various diseases. So many cities have already issued plastic bag bans. So Ashwath have noticed that that's for the hardship for many Indians. So he has made a bag with combination of natural starch and vegetable oils that looks and feels just like plastic with none of the negative environmental impacts of a plastic vessel. Now, dew drop water from air condensers. Javed Patel, a 22-year-old engineering student from Hyderabad, has designed a 3D print apparatus which can create water from air. We have facing a huge problem of water scarcity in nowadays, so he has made excellent, or we said so, a very much good product that is called Dewdrop. Now, in last, I would like to say, in today's knowledge-driven economy, innovation is the primary drive of progress. The government must enable and support innovative startups. Nowadays, Startup India scheme is going on. India will be able to create a compelling opportunity to take innovative ideas to global market. We have to deliver an Atmanirbhar Bharat through these all. So, in last, I would like to say, if failure is not an option, neither is success. Innovation is just repeated failure till you come up with something that works. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruby. It was an informative video. Now, please note down sequence number 32.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So let me present my screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bhavya Narang and I'm an MCA student. You all might be confused why I'm showing this slide, that is man versus environment. But on the National Science Day, I just want you all to light up on this issue, that is, a man may be a boon to the environment, but it's also a bane. Many issues, that is global warming, pollution, overpopulation, soil degradation, and man-made floods happens due to various inventions that a man do. So here I have a solution, or I can say an innovation for the idea, that is man-made floods. Man-made floods happens due to dam failures, right? All the locality of the dam area nearby the dam may be destructed due to dam failures. So I innovated a dam safety system that is an attempt to reduce dam disaster and save life by innovating India. So lighting up to this, why we actually need a safety system for that dam. Whenever dam fails, the death rate of the death rate increases. There are many hazards to the life of the people in nearby locality. Also, the present system we are using to predict the dam failure is quite weak, and the warning capability is not instant. That's why we can't save the proper life, and we can't save the locality and whenever a dam fails. So attempting to prevent the destruction of these unforeseen conditions, I have an intelligent dam management system. So basically, this innovation is a system that governs the operation of the dam in order to eliminate any accidents that happens due to natural phenomena, maybe a high rain level or wind levels, due to which the water reservoir of the dam uh, has to be. So this system is basically a cloud-based system, cloud-based technology that integrates my solution with deep learning and data science, which predict whenever a dam is going to be full and whenever water has to be dissolved from the dam, so that the locality of the area can be alerted before when the dam fails, and there the preventive action plan can be taken. So here is the focus module that the system focus on. First, there is multi-level monitoring in the dam system. We will the dams is will be fixed with sensors, that is water and rain sensor, that monitor the condition of the rain, earthquake level, and everything in that area in that dam, so that we are basically try to try to predict how the destruction can happen, and preventive action plan of the flood may be taken. Yes, we can't prevent the flood that happens, that is due to natural phenomena, but the thing we can do is having the effective action plan, that how we are going to solve the issue which is happening, right? So there are 4 focus module, which is multi-level monitoring system. Second is earthquake vibration detection. In this system, the earthquake vibration of the earthquakes are being analyzed before the earthquake can happen to the dam water. Third is automatic data reporting. Automatic data reporting work with the satellites. The current system and the previous data are already analyzed, and the prediction of the current and the disaster happens due to can be predicted by data by integrating with the data science algorithms. And fourth module is flood forecasting and dispatching module, that predict when flood is going to happen. Also, for the user friendly environment, the data visualization, that is whenever a flood happen, how many areas can be affected will be shown on the Google map to the admin or the dam administrator, that where the water will be gone in the locality, and which part of the society will be effective. So going on to my next slide, the objective of the current of the idea of the innovation I am discussing is that the system will overcome the prior system which is currently being followed, which is the line based system, right? And another one is monitoring the earthquake vibration. I already discussed that. Extra support to the dam gate, predicting the geographical condition and the flood safety. Coming to next, that in the technical stack we have 2 modules, software modules and the hardware modules. As due to shortage of time, I won't be able to explain the whole working of how the system works, but here is the flow chart, that how data is being analyzed and how the dam will be the prediction will happen, and how the people will get alert that dam or what flood is going to come in their area before it is actually coming. It is a simpler way, that how I already said that Google map will show, right, to the administrator. The Google map will show, then if the blue area's water, if the water is dispatched, the red area, that is the red highlighted area, this area will be affected by the dam water, right? And there is the hardware drawing, which is that how sensors are being attached to the dam. And coming to the conclusion, I want to say that dam management system is basically a flood system safety, providing flood safety to the nearby areas, so that we can, that population can be vacate from that reason if the damage is not repairable, but we can save our life by predicting already what is going to happen, right? So basically this idea is my innovation to, from for the topic innovation that defining modern India, and I can proudly say that this innovation is a granted patent on my name under the application number in that. And thank you, that was all up to my side.
Thank you so much, Bhavya. It was really wonderful initiative by you and also something new which we have discovered in all this session from the beginning.
Thank you, ma'am.
So next is our Jaskirat Kaur, basically the last participant of this presentation competition, contestant number 33. Jaskirat Kaur.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
So, a very warm welcome and good afternoon to respected teachers and my fellow kids. Myself is Kirat Kaur from DCSA. I am going to present a presentation on our given topic, that is innovation that defines modern India. To bring changes in our world, to make it more better for humans to survive, is one of the defining parts of the innovation. Our India, with a country of multiple languages, religions, needs more care, more attention to achieve good goals. From the past many years, our nation went through multiple of new and unique inventions, which helps us to define our nation to be the modern India. So, formally, innovation is an idea which addresses a specific challenges and achieves value for both the company and customers. All the new inventions in the new India, that is, there are many changes that came after any of the inventions, and the major changes which we can define can be the economic growth, that is referred to the increase in inflation adjust market value to the of the goods and services produced by an economy over the time. According to the Stanford study, innovation has been responsible for 85% of all economic growth. Increase in innovation, increase in wealth being because the living standard there is rise. It can be observed that mainly the life satisfaction is higher in the countries with a greater GDP per capita. So, innovation has to change the living standard and change the living standard, and the change in the living standard has been improving the communication skills. Here are the some major innovations by India. Self-repairing growth and biodegradable bags, solar power trees, low-cost wind turbines, Surya Jal solar water purifier, and so on. And now we will continue with some of them increase. Self-repairing growth. Kumar, a professor in civil engineering department at UBC in Canada, has developed the roads that are self-repairing and sustainable. These roads were built by using the ultra-high strength concentrate and special fibers developed at UBC. These roads are cost-effective and have greater longevity. These roads use 60% fly ash and 40% cement. The fiber is being used. The fiber that is being used is containing a hydrophilic nanocoating, which attracts water during rain, and the rainwater becomes a key component of healing cracks. When the crack appears, this water gives hydration capability to run, and to run the unhydrated cement and produce more silicates, which actually close the cracks before they grow larger. From the past many years, our India is deeply using plastic for, for many of the daily uses, and using plastic bags is harmful for nature. So, to overcome this problem, Ashwat from a young entrepreneur decides to make a sustainable and affordable edible bag that contains the combination of natural starch and vegetable oil. These bags look and feel just like plastic that contains none of the negative environmental impacts of the plastic vessels. These bags are naturally degraded in 180 days and in water they disappear only in 1 week. Even these are also the animal consumption. Next, the Surya Wind solar water purifier, which this was developed by IISC researchers and Surya Wind renewables. This open source water purifier can transform water from any source like sea, river, ponds into the potable water. Impure water is evaporated using solar energy and vapors are condensed to pure water in a cold surface. This leaves behind bacteria, heavy metals, arsenic, fluoride, and other impurities. Low-cost wind turbines are found. Low-cost wind turbines are found by siblings Arun and Anup from Kerala that can generate enough electricity to power an entire house. These turbines can generate 5 kilowatts per day, and even it is a less expensive, and their company is now known as Avant-Garde Innovations. The low-cost wind turbines are used to power up only a one house, but to change this and to overcome this issue, the Central Mechanical Engineering Research Institute develops a solar power tree that generates the electricity to light up nearly 5 homes and even cover much smaller plot of land. These trees contain a battery backup system that can provide 2 hours of light after the sunset of full charge. The solar power trees are also capable of harnessing 10 to 15% more power compared to the ground-mounted solar arrays. Last but not least, innovation plays a vital role in development of various sectors. Innovation has an impact on so many different parts of our society. Innovation is important to advancement of society as it solves different kinds of social problems. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jaskira. You can stop the presentation. Coming to the last candidate, Riya Srivastava, sequence number 34. Riya, sequence number 34. Okay, she is not there. So, taken as a whole, present-day innovations are happening at a faster pace, and these are multidisciplinary and require collaboration with many stakeholders at many levels. India has benefited a great deal from innovations related to agriculture, health, and information and communication technologies. Till now, we saw many inventions with people across the country picturing a better world and finding a solution to make it happen. From solar trees to self-repairing roads, all we can say is that these inventions have the potential to dramatically impact the way people live. Now I invite Dr. Indu Arora, Vice President, Institutions Innovation Council, to share a few words.
Thank you, Sandeep. Good afternoon, students and teachers. It is my proud privilege to formally deliver vote of thanks on the behalf of MCM College. First of all, I am thankful to all participants for their enthusiastic response. This event is successful because of their interest and participation. However, some of the innovations discussed were concepts and were not related directly to the innovations that define modern India. Here we were considering innovations that may be a product or service which have impacted modern India. I am also thankful to judges, Mrs. Poonam and Dr. Ritika, for sparing their valuable time. Last but not least, I am thankful to the organizing team, Ms. Sandeep, Ms. Sonali, and Ms. Anupreet for arranging this event so meticulously. Once again, thanks one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your encouraging words. We are always grateful to you for your constant assistance and valuable guidance. Thank you, judges, for sparing your valuable time to judge this event. Lastly, a big thank you to the students for their involvement and participation. In the last, I can say creativity is thinking of new things and innovation is doing new things. Thank you all. There is one announcement related to results. Results will be shared within this week in the WhatsApp group only. So please don't leave the WhatsApp group. That's all. You can leave the session. Thank you.